Hello everyone and welcome to the show. I hope you're all having a fantastic Thursday as we are here finally for Legends Rise Rondo, a brand new event to celebrate the new map that's been added to PUBG Mobile, and we're going to have a lot of fun with some of your favorite content creators out there in the world. My name is Maxman. I'm going to be one of your casters for today, but I cannot do this job alone. Have we got Niptura that is relaxing over here on the side? How are you doing?
I am. Hello, everybody. And yeah, as Max said, welcome to the show. I am super happy to be here. We've been grinding the heck out of Rondo, so I'm excited to actually get to the casting stuff.
Yeah, we've been playing too much Rondo, which I actually, you know what? No, you can't play too much Rondo. It's just so much fun, and it really is just a breath of fresh air. I've been waiting for a new map, and specifically a new 8x8 map for so dang long, Nep. I'm still hoping it comes to esport. That will be very intriguing. But you know what? This is the first time we're going to be covering Rondo. I don't know if you've done any other event with Rondo, but like first time covering Rondo where people are actually going to be super sweaty, which I'm very intrigued to see how that's possibly going to wrap up in game.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some games that have been pretty sweaty, and these guys, I think, are just going to take it to a whole nother level. So I'm very excited, as you are, to actually see how that is all going to be going down, because Rondo's kind of tricky. We've seen a lot of funky things happening in our own games, and so how are they going to take advantage of some of those new elements coming into the map as well is going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, the meta is definitely going to be very different from what you would typically expect on, you know, your typical Sanok, Miramar's, or Wrangle. We'll see how things are going to be going down. With that said, though, we've got a few details to just throw at you guys on your screen. So we're going to be checking out the overall cash prize of this tournament because, yes, there is money on the line for everyone here to win. $10,000 total. 3.5K for first place. This is going to be, by the way, a 2-day event. So at the end, who's going to be in first place is going to get $3.5K in their pocket. And even like down to top 5, you still get $800 in your pocket. That is looking like a pretty decent prize pool for one of our first Rondo tournaments here.
Yeah, I mean, that is not half bad at all, especially when you consider that our teams are all duos, right? So you get to split that far less ways than you would in a regular team. So yeah, lots of cash to be had over these next 6 games.
Yeah, and talking about the duos, how about we take a look at who is going to be participating in today's 3 Rondo matches? Because, yes, by the way, we're going to have 3 total matches, so a lot of action coming your way. As here we go, we're going to have all of our squads. And already we got the chat running on the side, Nep.
Yep.
We've seen a few names like Barber, like Shark, like Zidu, like some of the big names, Chocoholic also. So we got some people that are very clear favorites. But it doesn't matter if you're favorite going into the battlegrounds because you need to be good at the good old shooting. And that's important.
Yes, be good at the shooting, I think, is probably like the #1 rule of the game. So, yeah, you've hit it right, the nail right on the head there. But, I mean, we have seen what the team or what the chat's favorites seem to be. But what's yours going into this first game? Who are you looking out for, Max?
I have to say Team Chocopier. Chocopier. That's interesting to say that. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Chocopier. Kind of makes sense of the name. With a Chocoholic and Copier. Of course, Copier. He's our French homie, you know, always going to be supporting him in these kind of events. And a Chocoholic that won, I think, 2 events ago, got her voice pack and everything. Like, actually won the entire thing thanks to her community votes. So definitely going to see if she can perform well going into Rondo. But what about you? Which team are you looking to support here, Nep?
I mean, not to be that person, but Star Captain has always been a hoot on every event that we've done here so far, and he's here again, so I'm kind of wanting to see what he's got up his sleeve for Rondo.
Yeah, we also got Cappy. I mean, so many of these YouTubers, streamers. Also, we have seen a few of them, right? At least, I don't know for you, but I've seen a few of them actually playing on Rondo, like being giga sweaty on Rondo. And they come up with some very interesting strats that I'm wondering if we're going to see them come into play for today's 3 matches. And one thing in particular that I'm very excited to see if I am vindicated in these matches today. I love the JS9 Nepturo. You know it. It's one of my favorite weapons right now.
So
are we going to see everyone rock the JS9 into this? What do you think?
We better. I want to see those shots with the 4x, 6x, all the esports scopes, but I want to see it on a JS9. Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely, I want to see that.
Yeah, actually, talking about, you know, I brought up one new item or / feature of Rondo. When it comes to features in the game, what are you particularly looking forward to possibly being used in these matches today?
It's probably actually the use of terrain, sort of. I don't know what the actual word is, but you know when you throw a nade and then it creates a hole and so you can lay in
terraforming?
Terraforming, that is the word. There you go with your big brain words. Yeah, there you go. Terraforming. I want to see them use terraforming.
My brain's not that big. Don't talk about my forehead like that. How dare you? But no, terraforming is very interesting. You also can get a pickaxe and just dig a hole, and you can have cover out of nowhere. Because Rondo, one thing that is very important to mention when you compare it to other maps like Erangel, Miramar, is definitely a lot more flat. It doesn't mean that there's like, it's just fields and there's nothing in there. Like, you can kind of create yourself some advantage by not only terraforming, right, with grenades or your pickaxe or whatever way you want to terraform. You also have the emergency cover flare. And that, in my opinion, Nap, is one of the biggest meta changing items that have been added to the game. I hope we see them in other battlegrounds. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Cool. But if you have a field finish and you have that emergency cover flare, you just turn the tides in your favor pretty much instantly.
Yeah, it really is a godsend when you've got those sticky situations, which, as you said, because Rondo is so flat, you tend to have a lot more than other maps, I think. It's kind of hard, or it's difficult to have multiple teams in an end zone on other maps that all don't have cover. That's like very specific zones. On Rondo, very easy. It's very, very easy to be all out of luck on the cover front. So those flares definitely going to be coming into use here. At least I hope, and I want to see how strategic actually these duos can come up, you know, with some ideas that may be a little bit more strategic in that end game.
Yeah, I mean, we might not have the hovercraft on Rondo, but we have the emergency cover flare, and it pretty much serves the same purpose, except that you can't drive it, but it does help quite a bit going into this one. But outside of that, you know, drop locations especially, I've got a few locations that I think might be hot because we have so many duos going into this that not every compound is just going to have one duo. I think we're going to have a few compounds or cities that's going to have, you know, 2, maybe 3 duos, and they're going to go for the very, very early skirmishes. But when it comes to drop locations, where do you like to go in these games, Neb?
Stadium. I'm gonna take your answer because I know what your answer is, and I'm taking it from you. It's stadium. Absolutely. That's so much fun. Although I will say also test track is actually really fun.
This is the most basic answers you could give, by the way. It's like 2 big city in middle of circle. It's like saying I like Pachinki, Picaro, San Martin, you know, boot camp. Also,
I like San Martin.
Yeah,
What are you
me
saying?
too. But it's big city in center of the map. You know, everyone loves it. It's great
Listen,
for rotations.
I'm basic. What can I tell you? I don't know.
I know. But like, really, Stadium, be careful. If you're playing Stadium, by the way, guys, be careful of the people on the roof because me and Niptura are dirty roof campers.
We are.
And we love it. It's so much fun.
fun.
You better be careful after we respawn. We are going to drop on top of Stadium. And if you come our way, well, unless you're really good at, again, the shooting, as I call it, then you might get us. But otherwise, it's going to be quite troublesome. But yeah, one thing to also keep in mind when looking at Rondo, I'm told, by the way, one player is currently missing for us to start this game. So whoever that is,
Get in game.
get in the lobby.
Do it.
Like this map, technically, sure, it's still an 8x8 map. It's bigger realistically than Erangel and Miramar because of the fact that there's almost no water. There's a lot of water southeast and near Ringjiang, straight south of the map. But outside of that, like it's all land where you can play. You can play in every single nook and cranny of this map, which means that in terms of possible circles, rotations, etc., like you have so many options available at you that really, for me, macro-wise, this is the map with the most depth to it personally.
Yeah, it really is. And also, I think certainly compared to maps like Miramar, there's not really any valleys. There's not any really high places. There's not these large places where you can't go, right? It's not got these huge dips and stuff that make things unattainable. It's all relatively flat. And so actually you're able to use far more of the landscape than you would be able to normally, even on a map like Miramar that has a little bit of water, but not that much, right? There's no river or whatever. But yeah, Rondo definitely has all of the openness, and yet all of it's completely different to the rest of the maps. And that's what's going to be so interesting coming into tonight, is just seeing how these teams come up with strategies, because the thing is that there is no set strategy. There's not a meta coming into Rondo because it's all completely new. So this is kind of the first time we're going to be seeing some of those things come to light.
Yeah, I was going to say there's no meta for now, but there will be.
now.
Maybe after today, maybe after game one. Ooh, we'll see. But it's going to be interesting to see how these players approach this game because, again, it's going to be quite sweaty. There's money on the line, so good reason for that to be the case. And as I'm looking at the chat, like there's fans of Sevu, Liddy Flow, I think is how it's pronounced. So like, hey, whoever you're supporting, guys, spam their name. Okay, maybe not spam. Nipcho's going to ban you. Just say their name once in the chat. Every few minutes or so, and then you won't get in trouble with Niptura. She's the head of the mod squad. You're going to get in deep trouble. Though, talking about, again, new additions to Rondo here, we talked about gameplay changes, compounds, etc. I do want to see if the best addition of Rondo is going to be used, which is the Pico Bus. The Pico Bus is the best. It is huge, which is great for cover. Okay, it's silent and it goes real quick. Okay, maybe don't drive it off-road. It's quite like unstable sometimes, but the Pico, we used it a lot, Niptura. Come on, it's amazing. Yes?
Party bus. It's a party bus. It's a glorified party bus.
You take that back right now.
This guy is the
how dare you.
president of the Pico Bus fan club. It's
so
funny.
good.
It's not bad. I will say it's not bad. It's not bad. I prefer, my Bugatti skins and my
I knew you were going to use that
okay.
opportunity to just flex. Do you have a Bugatti and like all your supercars?
I've got
she has
two Bugattis. I'm about to get a third. Have you seen the new ones?
That's the biggest flex. Is like someone can ask you what color is your Bugatti and like which one. It's like what? That is crazy. The amount of flexing right now. But I only have my McLaren F1, which I'm still really proud of it. Cool. But I keep getting outflexed by that person over there. But no, it's going to be interesting. We are going to be starting very soon, I am told. So we're going to be seeing how things are going to be working. By the way, also a quick little piece of info. We are going to be having a guest to break down the games after they've happened. So keep an eye out for that. It's a guest that I'm going to give one word to describe and hint at. French. I don't know. That's all I had. I had so much time to think about it, but that's the only thing I had. But yeah, here we go. So as the game should be starting soon. What would you give? Okay, what would be your hint?
Baguette.
Same thing as what I said.
No, but it's more funny.
I mean, it does. Okay, sure. We'll see how they have to say, what they have to say about that later on. What was that? Okay.
Just go.
Very, very rude this time. But anything else on this map that you're possibly looking forward to, Nep, right now? I got two things in mind. I'm waiting.
Shoot, go for it.
Ringjiang and also Luohuaxing, which are two locations that have shops. I think they're going to be activated here, and they have agents. Or I don't know what they're called exactly, but I got one shot by one of those agents.
You did.
Be careful if you go there because they don't mess around. And as a duo, you got to be very careful because you could go down quickly if you're not careful.
That's true. There's a lot of them. I had to save Max from them. He went down pretty quick.
did.
That's true. Yeah, I did. Yeah. But yeah, it's got. I don't know. I think I've kind of said the ones that were my favorites, but I want to see also that hillside area. Know, with that great big lake. And you have to go all the way around it. There's no bridges across it, but there's kind of some high ground as well. I think it's kind of towards the center, the south center of the map. I want to see what that's going on. But ooh, look what we got going on now. We're finally getting into game, and here we go. We got those 2 planes taking it away, Max.
Yeah, I was going to be hoping to have time to just talk about the 2 planes before we got in the game, but no, you're going to be able to see it with your 2 eyes on your face. Here we go. Yeah, 2 planes divided. It divides the entire lobby. So if you have 100 people, you'd have 50 people on one plane, 50 people on the other plane, which is actually quite good. It means it populates a larger portion of the map compared to if you only had 1 plane, but it's random. Sometimes you might have just 1 plane, sometimes you'll have 2. So it just adds a little bit of randomness to your games. But here we go. The drops are already going to be starting. And it seems like one team with Lily Flow is going to be going towards Jadina City. Hopefully they don't. Oh, they're going maybe to Tooling. Okay, they're not going Jadina. I thought we'd have people in Jadina, but unfortunately, Jadina is such a nice city, Neptura, but it's on the edge of the map, which means that not everyone is going to be super keen on going there.
It's true, yeah. You're really kind of hedging your bets with that one. I mean, it is doable for this particular zone, and we haven't had the best zone luck, you and I, Max, to be honest, and maybe that's just going to be something that happens in every game where the zones are just awful, and so, yeah, you want to keep to that center as much as possible. But what I am saying is somebody is in test track and 3 teams over by Stadium.
Oh,
So
yeah,
let's
I saw how many people in Stadium. Oh, wow, that's going to be 1, 2 squads, I believe. Which,
Maybe.
to be honest, you have Stadium is broken down. Oh, they're not even going there.
Wait, aw.
Well, you're not leaving Stadium open
Lame.
after we hyped it up so much.
Bruh.
This is very disappointing. I was hoping
so
we'd see people
disappointed.
there.
Yeah, for
The test
real.
track has 1 team only, I believe.
Yep.
In the Neox factory. And everyone else, otherwise, Southwest, we're going to be having 3 teams with Zasuo there. Zasuo, I think, wasn't available last time, so it's good to see him play, actually, this time around. Very happy to see him on board. And Kopiakole and Chocoholic are going to be near Bailey, actually in Bailey, up to the northwestern side of Rondo. So here we go. All the drops seem to have wrapped up. And now it's ready for the loot time. Looting time, yeah.
Yeah, loot time. Let's go. I mean, the thing is with this map is that the loot is actually really good, so we shouldn't be too long here. I think these teams are going to have or find enough to really get them going pretty quickly on, especially as only a duo, right? You're not trying to find loot for 4 people, so shouldn't take too long before we start getting into the action, especially when you're looking over onto this location right now. Cappy just going to be looting on up because there is somebody on the other side of the city as well, so they have to be double quick with it.
Yeah, and Tooling is going to be the drop location for, again, Lily Foe. I was saying Flow earlier. Lily Foe with Munasir. And they're going to be looting themselves in Tooling, which is to the west of Jadina City. Actually, looking at their location, they could have a really interesting rotation path where they could take the bridge north of Jadina City and then wide wrap east, where, from what I recall, not too many players were in that location. So if you read the plane path and everything correctly, that could be good. But because of the double planes, actually, it's getting quite tough to read how the lobby would react to a certain circle or certain situation or scenario. So, yeah, I think that for IGLs and esport in particular, if it comes to esport, it's going to be super interesting to see how they approach it, because you're going to have to be big brain if you want to do well on Rondo. It's not that easy.
Yeah, I mean, it really brings in almost a randomness factor to it, where you kind of cannot rely on...
Ooh.
Oh, hey. Okie dokie. Oh, and there goes another one. That's going to be I Love Gambling being the first blood of the event.
Oh.
And that's going to be a quick little pickup there for Team 11.
I Love Gambling played and he lost.
Yeah.
Oh, living up to his name, apparently.
Indeed, quite.
Yeah. N17 and HK, they go after picking up their first elimination. Will be trying to get himself a little bit more loot in a city nearby. And also, we do have the recall towers. I'm pretty sure you can use them in this current tournament, because of course you want to bring back your homies if you can. And actually, one thing that I like a lot about Rondo also, when you're playing it, again, not in a hyper competitive format, but you have a lot of recall towers. So even if you maybe struggle a little bit, especially maybe on your first few games of Rondo because you don't know the map, you have so many recall towers that you're fine. Like, don't stress about it. Just get in a car, get in a Pico bus, and you can get your teammates back up.
You can. I want to know. Okay, I just saw that there was actually a shotgun, a sniper rifle there. I was gonna ask, is anybody actually going to be using snipers? Because this is sniper heaven, right? Everybody knows that Miramar is the sniper map, but Rondo even more so is the sniper map because of how open it is. You can really get some nice long-range shots going. So I want to see if people are going to be using that. But what I am seeing, Max, is a lot of people using the JS9.
Yes, because guess what? It's amazing.
It's the best
I love
on the
gambling. They're
map.
going to get picked up by his teammate. There you go. In the car they go. And I was going to say this is the new car. No, this is just a supercar again.
Yep.
And it sounds really good too.
It does sound nice.
Actually, talking about snipers, you remember our homie Red Hat, right? Well, actually, everyone that's participating in this, a few of them have given us a few quotes. And Red Hat's quote in particular reminded me of you, Nep. He says, embarrassingly bad at PUBG Mobile until there's a bolt action sniper in my hands. I'm like, Neptura, yeah.
Okay. All right, this guy. Okay. What he's not telling you is
am
that
I wrong?
carry him all the time.
Whoa,
I carry him
whoa.
so much. But you know what? I will take the half compliment of I'm good with snipers because yeah, I'm kind of okay. I'll take it.
Don't I, every time I get a 6-time or an 8-time scope or like a good bolt action like an M24, Kar 98, I tell you about it and I give it to you because
It's
you
true.
do better long range than me.
It's true.
Huh?
It's true. You do. You do. I have to give it
Be
to you.
careful, or I might have to revoke your scope privileges. Okay.
Okay.
What are they doing here, though?
They're having a
meeting?
talk. They're doing VOD review.
What are they saying? Bob Yakoda is saying, like, how dare you win that event 2 times? Like,
Yeah.
that old event.
Please carry me.
Should have won, Chocoholic. How could you take that trophy? There was no trophy, but how dare you take that trophy away from it? Like, sorry, I'm just built different.
I sorry.
What was that?
What? I sorry?
I sorry. Yep.
I sorry. I say that a lot.
She does.
I do.
I don't want to play tonight anymore.
Aw.
You cringed me out. No, it's fine.
Yeah, he's remembered how cringe I actually am and gone, actually, nah, I'm good.
Here we go, though, looking at bots of Slayer and Lotex Codium. They're going to be looking
Caught 'em.
to... Caught 'em.
Got him.
Caught 'em. I don't know, I'm trying to learn. I feel like some of the names I'm struggling to say. And you know what, chat? If I say it wrong...
Don't tell
Natura
us.
says it wrong, tell us. Oh, no, don't tell us and say we're saying it right and just gaslight us into thinking we know what's going on.
Exactly. I wanna wait until I have to say it to somebody's face before I get corrected because that is the most embarrassing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, in chat, we're seeing everyone supporting For You, Baba. Everyone is just spamming Baba all the time, which is fair. I think that he's one of the biggest names going into this tournament. A lot of people are hoping to see him perform well. And so far, I'm not sure where he is because we don't have a map feed. But I'm sure wherever he is, he's doing well. And he's alive, which is most important.
Oh, okay. That's the agents. I thought, oh God, what if that's him? They've just taken him out. No, it's the agents. So we do have the Star crew. They're going to be coming in here with the agents like we were talking about before. And you get some really cool loot if you get rid of these people. But it's quite hard, as you're saying, for a duo.
Because they keep respawning too. So you got to be very careful because just one around the corner, again, depending on what weapon they have, they'll just completely obliterate you. Red Hat with the MG3, so he's got the main big loot, which is not a sniper. Like he did say in his quote that he likes a sniper, but he's got an MG3. You have to make me proud with an MG3, also known as the best weapon in the game. It is truly amazing in this map, and especially when you're dealing with duos, you're just going to be able to mow down a duo in just a matter of a few seconds with
Very
that
true.
MG3. Though the circle is near Ring Jang right now, which is where Lobby and Red Hat currently stand. They need to start thinking about rotating because a lot of spots near them, like maybe Hungshan or even Yuling a little bit north of them, could be taken up. So they need to start thinking about what their first move of the game is going to be.
Very true indeed. We are heading towards that stage 2, that phase 2 circle, but we still got a minute and a half, and these teams are actually really taking their time with it, right? I was thinking that they would take like a minute to loot, and then we would start seeing them come on together, but they're not. They're using as much of this time as possible to really maybe chat about their strategy while they loot or something, but here we go. Team 7 coming in, guns blazing.
Oh, yeah, that's Zasru and Pepito. Pepito absolute troll last time we saw him play, but this guy's definitely entertaining to watch in his approach.
Great
Here you go.
nade.
Nice nade. Does a lot of damage to Pepito, I believe, so that's a bit unfortunate friendly fire. But here you go, going to go for the energy drink, trying to get back up to 100 HP, hopefully. Now be careful, wrapped around, Captain through the window, not going to hit any of the shots, but he is going to be putting a bit of a pinch on them. That nade is huge, but Captain still stands strong. Will be able to use that first aid kit and hopefully come back to just about 3/4 HP. They got a bit, again, a big pincer situation around them, but Naruto now taking a 1v2, pushing up with the S12K. Will he be able to win himself at least one of the eliminations as the nades keep raining on down?
I mean, it's ring around the rosies for a minute here as you see them just trying to get any sort of healing they can, any time to heal, move around, do what they need to do. But Naruto really
door.
playing with these nades. Yeah, the door. So
I hate
creaky.
the noise of that door opening and closing.
So
and
creaky.
I'm going to do infuriating noises to make you leave our compound. Just, oh no, please. I didn't have my daily dose of ASMR, no. I hate this. Okay, one big nade. He has 3 nades, actually, so he has quite a decent amount here. Naruto, will he become the Hokage of the Leaf Village after this, or will he be sent back to... what's hell in Naruto? I don't know. There's an
I
equivalent,
wouldn't know.
I think.
I'm not a weeb.
I don't know. It's not One Piece. I don't know. I'm not great at Naruto references. We'll try. All I know is
Okay.
Gear 5th is the best. Okay, here we go. Naruto. Gonna have to run away from that smoke. I think he was maybe baited in thinking that was going to be a nade. And now he has only 1 nade, so he used 2. Unfortunately, no success with the 2 first pieces of utility. And a big fail on the 3rd one, apparently. And a big standstill. Like, nothing's really happening here. Just using up
Yeah.
their resources.
It went from everything to nothing quite quickly. I'm confused here. I mean, it looked like it was a good breach at first, and maybe because they're only a duo, they're being a little bit more reserved about this. Maybe they're trying to find an opening, trying to find that knock first, but those knocks just aren't coming. They do get Pepito on fire, and that's going to be the knock they're looking for.
Wait, Pepito had... Oh, no, he had the taser in his hand. He was trying to tase them down, but no, you try to play and you lose, and that's it. As Team 7 get completely wrecked, and that's going to be 2 eliminations for Naruto and Captain. GG, well play, as they also pick up all of that loot for themselves.
They do indeed, and that should be them completely looted up. It's interesting to see, what is that, the ace as well being used. There's a lot of people using the ace on this map, so I'm not sure if that's the new meta here, and maybe I should look into that when we start gaming, but normally my loadout is the... Oh, wait, hang on.
Oh, no,
their
get
loadout
out.
might be null and void. Bada Slayer, you gotta go.
He's fine.
You gotta get a blanket on that.
He's a little bit charred, but he'll be fine at the end. Just nothing a first aid kit can't fix. Here you go, those 7 going to be wrapping around the building. Actually, Bottle Slayer and Lotex now just going to be pincer between 2 players. It's going to be Vale and Orko 20 on the other side. Huge nade from Orko. And that is actually, wait, 2 nades? Who got the last one? I'm not even sure. But they're going to be completely wrecked, as now 7 is going to be forced in another 1v2. Can he win it with the shotgun? Yes! Wait, the nade with a follow-up in the S12K, and he gets the 1v2. He got 3 eliminations for himself, 1 for his teammate. Already a 4-piece, and they're dead center in the circle here. Actually, wait, HK... Wait, they're split. Look at HK. HK is like southwest of the circle, and 7 is solo in the middle. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's working. I can't judge them too hard.
But, no, but that nade followed up with the S12 shot is insane, and what a play from him.
Yeah, that's a Kobe if I've ever seen one. That was truly incredible stuff. He just waited it out. He's like, wait, there's 2 teams. I'm going to let them fight, and I'll just pick up the pieces. And yet the pieces were a full squad. It was a full duo. And he's just like, no, nade, into shotgun, into GG well play, see you next game. So really happy with how 7 played it out. He is in a car now, leaving Neok's factory, so he's maybe going to try and regroup on HK. Seems like that's going to be the plan with the buggy. And so far, this circle could be ending maybe into test track if we get a circle shift to the west, which we've had a test track circle finish, Nab, and it's quite rough. You have a lot of angles that are not quite too obvious to scout.
Yeah, there's a lot of sort of subtle spots to hide out. I won't call it camping just yet, but they're subtle. Ooh! Oh, and Rondo, famous for its hard shifts there, going straight over to the north and somehow finding almost the only water in the entire map.
Yeah, there's like barely any water, and he's like, nope, are we going to have an island finishing match? Just like on that little piece of soil
That
up
would be
north.
insane.
That'd be really entertaining. Because there's not much on those islands in the middle of the river. We'll see, as Mercy hopefully going to get picked up by gambling.
Or not.
Or not. No, they got in the car and chased it down. Okay, they didn't want to allow
Yeah.
I Love Gambling to get the res. He's going to go and drive right to HK, though again, is solo, but he's not interested. I Love Gambling loves driving, and that's all he's up to right now. He's just going to make his way around and try and go for the res on his teammate. That actually, yeah, I think he can res him up. I think that was his first death, so he should be good.
Yeah, looks like they are going to try and go for that, and it wasn't too far to go either. So the real key is going to be getting all these reses done and dusted before that new stage hits, because now you're looking at a teammate without any loot whatsoever, and 40 seconds roughly on that clock is not a whole lot of time to get readied up for the next phase.
As a wrist shot, and do you like Poopo? Again, my favorite name in this entire lobby. By the way, that is sarcasm. Anyway, we're also going to be on their rotate. I believe south of Lo Huangjing. By the way, guys, I recommend the compound names are a little bit more complicated than your typical Wrangell Miramar. If you want to have a picture of the map next to you as you're watching this, so you know what we're talking about, it would be a good idea because it can be rough as it's a pretty new map.
Yeah.
As a lobby and Red Hat just again moving through with one of the electric cars. Again, these electric cars are super silent on this map.
They are. You can't really hear them all that well, and you can sneak up. Ooh! Just evades it. But how long can they evade it for? Because Noblesse and Cappy, yeah, they're coming in for round 2 for sure. Ooh! What a play.
Round 3? Come on,
Here we
do
go.
it.
Come on.
Do it. Go in the water.
Hey. You got him anyway.
They're not even looting them. They're like, hey, we got what we wanted. No, look, we don't need it. We want eliminations. Now going down into lobby. Jumping out with the MG3, actually. Got to be careful. That MG3 could be very punishing. And back into the car. He's like, okay, nothing happened. We're leaving.
We're good.
I think they heard the MG3. They're like, we don't want to mess with this. Okay, you guys go. Keep going.
I think that's correct, because they got a whole lot more juice in the tank before they start doing anything like that. But Kopyikolin, Chocoholic, having a little bit of a hard time drifting, and not on purpose. He's trying. It's not working though. Oh, they're in a rough spot here. Captain able to just pick him apart from a different angle to his teammate. A nice little split, actually, that this team has. They're looking pretty good, and they're just able to gatekeep these teams coming in from the north.
They're going to be engulfed in the blue now. This is going to be quite troublesome for Kopyikolin and Chocoholic. Hopefully they have some first aids or any kind of meds. Maybe even a med kit would be amazing. But look, they're just held away by Naruto, and he's going to get the headshot onto Chocoholic. The res in phase 4, technically you can still get the res, but without a car here, I think that the odds of their team winning over Chocoholic, Kopye, the mix of their two names is the team name, how it's going to be working out. As Levino forced now into 1v2. Sevu was taken out a little bit early in this game. I'm not sure if he can still pull off the res, but I think it might just be a bit too late for that.
I think it's
now
late.
He has to take 1v2 versus Cappy. Levino trying to force a 1v1 here, actually rushing down Cappy, got himself the shotgun, hits the first elimination, and now looking for the second. Can't even get the flush as Noblesse will be able to save Cappy and go for a quick sneaky res.
I wish my shotgun shots worked like that. Mine never do. They don't. They miss. The enemy becomes invisible as soon as I try shooting out of an S12K, but that's neither here nor there. We are going down to the south again now, so everybody's grouping up in the city, and we'll see how that turns out, because it's not really an island finish, but you are getting this sort of division here between the two sides.
Lo Huaxing is actually a very interesting location because it's pretty much a castle. It's a very rough location to play around. It's unlike anything you've ever seen in PUBG Mobile. It might be kind of similar to Castle in Vikendi, if you really want to compare it. But this location is definitely an oddity when it comes to compounds. And I say that when we have map areas like Stadium and Test Track. Like, it is very weird how the layout works out. But weird in a good way. Like, it makes it very interesting to see how players will approach this map. A Sweet Dreams here, again, with the GS9, with a 3x scope.
Nice.
So definitely, again, a good loadout as Lobby here with the MG3, spraying it down onto Naruto as he's able to just sneak his way by and make it back to safety.
Yeah, I think it's more of an intimidation tactic than anything, really. I mean, you have a vehicle go past and you start hearing that, and you are hightailing out of there as soon as possible. So nice little play coming in here, but now you're starting to see, as you were saying, you know, it is a castle up there. So you kind of just got this little compound on this side of the river to play from, and 3 teams on this side is not going to make things easy.
Yeah. It's going to be quite tough here. You want to try and wrap up this fight as quickly as possible, because if you have a big eastern circle shift, you're going to have to cross that river pretty quickly too. Actually, one thing I do like about a lot of the buildings in Rondo is that you can get access to some of the higher parts of the building, even for some buildings, access to the roof pretty easily. Like, there's a lot of verticality in this map when it comes to compounds, compared to, again, your other typical maps like Erangel and Miramar. Like, you can get on roofs pretty easily on this map, which is quite entertaining. If you're on the roof, if you're dealing with people that are on the roof, you're going to see you from a mile away, and if they have a shot, they will take it for sure. As Lidifo gets a flush with the JS9. Oh, actually, wait. Against agents here too. So they're going to be having to fight the agents to maybe get some extra loot if they can.
I mean, that makes sense, but it is a risk coming through in, stage 4. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. You get distracted. They become more of a hindrance than anything else. Trying to get that res, not going to work out there. So that's going to be them going on out. And Noblesse now and Cappy trying to go up against Star Lobby and Red Hat here. Over onto the edge as well. They've not got far to go, but they don't have a lot of time to get to the zone now. So they got to really wrap this one up.
Yeah, they have to be really quick about it. And some of the castle area of Lohuajing is still going to be in circle. So this is going to be really nicely controlled by Meneza and Lidifo. So they're going to have full control of that southern side. Depending on how the southern team with a Do You Like Pupo are going to play around that. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that kind of situation. The Red Hat and Lobby. I love what Red Hat was doing in that compound. He was getting some info through one of those small windows. They have a car, and I think they're just like, yeah, we don't need to stay here. We're just going to get out and reposition in the circle. But every spot is taken down there, so I think they're going to have to go for a fight.
They are going to have to, and you're looking at that map feed, and there's somebody coming up behind them as well, so they got to be very, very careful about how they play this, right? Because you do not want to get sandwiched. And oh, what do I see here, Max?
Emergency cover flare.
Let's go.
Oh, that was... Okay, I thought you were going to continue.
No, I was handing it to you because you like them,
Yeah,
I always forget they're in my inventory.
I prefer a double... Is that double MG3 that I'm seeing from
be, right?
Team Star?
Yeah. Is
that's
it?
looking... I saw Red Hat got one, but I think there was another one too. So double MG3. Not fun to go up against. But yeah, emergency cover flare, as we saw there. If you have no kind of cover, you just pop on the ground, and it just creates a mini fort for you pretty much instantly. You have to wait a few seconds, but once it's down, it is great cover. Especially the shape allows you to get so much information with the third-person perspective. So if you can make good use of that with information too, then you're really min-maxing the use of the emergency cover flare. It's Team 11 here with HK and 7 that are up to steal 4 eliminations. Played a bit more passive in the mid game, but they have to start getting aggressive, because crossing this river with this circle with a team right next to you, that's going to be a tough one. So they need to wrap up this fight ASAP.
They absolutely do. 20 seconds on the clock. I mean, I know if we were in here, you would be panicking by now, going, why aren't we moving yet? And with good reason, because this is what's going to happen now. Noblesse over onto that compound, over onto the fortress across the way, just going to gatekeep everybody they can. But these teams down here just waited far too long, because now you're losing so much health. He's so low, but it's not... Oh, he gets saved by the play zone there, but will the play zone save him? Just about, but it is going to be a long road ahead, Max.
I think he had the jammer pack, which means that it's a backpack you can wear in the blue zone, and you won't take blue zone damage for a certain amount of time. So I think that's what he had, because he was taking no damage at the end there. Baba also making it over. Can he get in the circle? No, he can't. That's the end of the road for Team 5, unfortunately. So close, yet so far. There's now only 7 teams remain with 13 players, which means we almost have only duos remaining, except for one team that is normally going to be a solo, if I'm not mistaken. And my math is on point. I think it is.
Mighty Sky going down to Cappy in that elimination feed. But the zone has again moved away from everybody. So the fortress no longer in play here. They know that HK is there, but he's waiting it out. He's trying his best here, and you might be right. No, he does not have that jammer pack, so he's just trying to make a run for it there. Very lucky boy going through here.
I think he had the jammer pack, but it doesn't work anymore now. It only lasts a certain amount of time.
Oh, does it? Oh,
he makes it over. Gone one big spray with the M4. They can see him.
Yeah.
I was waiting. I was like, huh? It's taking so long. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, but now they got to look ahead, right? I mean, this is where it gets a little tricky. You've got Team GT over in the middle there. You've also got Team 18, it looks like, over there as well. So you never know where they're looking, but it's too late to do any more rumination. They got to get moving.
That's true. As here we go. Lobby is going to get Mighty Sky. I believe that's, yeah, that is going to be indeed a flush. So that's going to be enough him and I believe his team. Good angle for Captain here. The spray, massive headshot onto Munazir. And Munazir actually, wait, actually, no, I don't know. I think I'm mixing up the names here. The elimination feed is a little bit too slow. There's so much action happening. The elimination feed is struggling to keep up.
Yep.
And now the emergency curve flare was thrown over, but Captain just getting completely caught off guard. But he is strong as he stands his ground and gets himself an extra elimination. Elimination number 7 here, net, for him and his team. So they are definitely having a banger of a match.
They really are, and I do like what we're seeing here. Interestingly, 0 eliminations for the team GT, right? But they have that emergency flare, and they've got a little bit of a dip there. They got that terraform going on, and they're just trying to hold out for that win. I mean, a win is 15 points, right? So they're holding out for that win. We're starting to see a lot of those emergency flares coming on out now. The second one for Team 6 over there, Star Captain and Naruto. But Star Lobby, Star Red Hat, they've got that high ground.
Naruto and Star Captain are really going to have a tough time because if they push directly without any kind of cover, they're going to be spotted by 2 duos at the same time. And you're dealing with Red Hat that, again, has an MG3. So kind of scary how that's going to be working out. I think that, sure, they have a few smokes, but I don't think it's going to be enough if they... Is their car still in working condition, actually? With a car, they could maybe pull it off, but without it, by foot, that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work. They have the car?
Yeah. Where are they going to go? Ooh. Guys in chat, tell us which team are you going to be supporting? Which team do you think is going to be winning this game? You have Team Star with Red Hat and Lobby. You have also Captain and Naruto, and you have Emir and Loku of Team 19. Ooh. Here you go with the car, sending it forward. Naruto's going solo with the car, actually, as Captain stays on the backside, maybe trying to keep tabs on Emir and Loku, and he does just that as he puts Emir down to about half HP.
Oh, the zone's coming in way too fast for them, though. They're trying to keep up with it, but this is GT's moment now because the 2 stars are busy, and so now Emir and Loku, they can sneak up behind.
Wait, are we going to have a 1 elimination chicken dinner maybe from Emir and Loku? That would be mad. Lobby, I think, going for the first aid. Indeed, he does get himself up to 3rd quarter HP. Red Hat at least feeding some decent information with third-person perspective, but the smoke's coming out, showing that Lobby does want to go for the res. Loku and Emir cannot allow that res to come through. Otherwise, you're putting everything even once again. It will be a proper 2v2. You want to take this 1v2, but the res has already started. Unless that nade is on point, which it almost was, he will be able to pull off the res with the double MG3. This is huge.
Oh, I mean, these guys have done such a huge amount of work in this game, right? 8 eliminations, but... certainly they're the favorites, but at the same time, JT have now this high ground. They have that advantage with the terrain, and it's all depending on who's really going to come out on top. Which of the advantages is really going to be the stronger here?
Yeah, you got to be careful here. Emir and Loki are going for the strat of going for 2 wide angles while Red Hat and Lobby are sticking together, which concentrates their firepower quite significantly. The angle of Emir is going to be enough, and now that's a 1-for-1 trade. Red Hat versus Loku, as Loku falls down, and Team Star is here to claim the first chicken dinner of the evening.
Well played indeed there. My goodness me. GT almost had it. They almost had that 1 elim win, but it was not to be. 0 elim, 2nd place for them. But man, oh man, the double MG3 coming in clutch on that game. I mean, I guess that's just extra encouragement for you to use it now.
Yeah, it's just such a good item. But yeah, GT, I think they were just not feeling hot at that late game because they had, again, 0 eliminations, I believe it was. So they were just not quite in the action while Team Star were. We'll check on the leaderboards how many eliminations they had, but they had a sizable amount. So they were just, yeah, okay, we're feeling it. This last fight is going to be easy. And they were given time, right? I think that was a little bit of a mistake on the side of GT's team to not deny the res. They get the res and then they just start blasting and wrap it up. So GG to Star for taking the first chicken dinner of the day.
Very nicely done. Well played. We saw a lot of action there and kind of everybody trying to put feelers out as well. Like they weren't quite sure how to play anything here because it is so new. There's no set meta, as we said before the game, right? So there's a lot of kind of putting feelers out and kind of going, okay, where are we going and what are we doing? And of course, Rondo coming in with, hi, I'm Rondo and I have horrible end zones. So that was great. That was good fun. Oh, why?
Definitely a lot of water in the circle that I was not expecting, but a lot of people reacted to it properly. We saw a lot of also kind of gatekeeping the teams that were trying to leave the riverside for quite a long period of time as well, you're okay over there. Is
Yeah,
it disco over there? What's happening?
Yeah, my light just randomly turned off. I don't know why, so I had to put it back on.
I saw Janika in the chat also said her headset apparently broke before this, so you've got to get that fixed for the next game, or that's going to be quite troublesome. You want to talk to your duo as much as possible. But any favorite play you might have seen here, Niptura, you'd like to talk about?
I mean, I did quite like all the car plays, just running and gunning. That was good fun to watch, just like clearing out as many teams as possible before you have to get into that really awful zone. So I think it was one of the star tags that was doing it. Maybe it was the winners here coming in and just going through the MG3, but here we go, and it is going to be team bot coming in here. That's Lobby and Redhead, I think. Yep, coming in with 25 points, 10 elims coming in to that first game, giving them a sizable lead here.
Absolutely dominating here for Red Hat and Lobby. Their team tag is star, but no, they're bots. And yeah, 25 points on board here. Again, Chicken Dinner, yeah, is going to be 15 points, so it is a little bit more than your typical esports format. And 10 eliminations on the board. Though actually, one of my favorite moments this game we had was when we had HK and Seven just doing their own thing. Like one was Southwest, one was in the center, and just doing their own thing and still racking up eliminations, especially Seven, like able to survive that 1v2v2 in the city was quite impactful. So yeah, GG well played to them. Hopefully they'll be able to catch up to the first place team of Team Bot in our next 2 matches. As you go on the second page of the leaderboards, and the French Monsters, unfortunately, you're not doing too good. 11th place, 2 points on the board, and below that, a lot of big fat zeros, which is, as you know, not what you want to see.
Yeah, and big names as well, right? Popular names going down there with the 0, the big old goose egg as well. So, bit of a surprise, but hey, it's only the first game. We got 2 more tonight and 3 more tomorrow, so there's plenty of time to catch up.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely a lot of time for them to do well and catch up. And actually, I'm really hoping to see some hot drops because we didn't have any. And I was kind of like, oh yeah, hot drops in stadium, in racetrack. None of that happened, which is actually quite interesting. But with that said, I do believe it is time for us to show for the very first time our guest here on the show, which is going to be none other than Snowix. Hopefully you got that name with our little teasers from earlier. But Snowix, can you hear us? Okay, seemed like Snowix is not here, so I got a little bit ahead of myself, but that's fine. We'll just have to wait a little bit longer, hopefully, to get some in-depth analysis from Snowix. Though again, is I was going to say an ex-professional. No, he's still currently a professional player. He's still just playing in PMGC and stuff like that. Yeah. Kind of a big deal in the scene. So we'll get some really cool insight from him. But no, otherwise in this game, I do like the fact that we had a almost Lohua Xing. Again, sorry for the pronunciations of these compound names. I'm trying my best. With the finish here, and I was hoping to see Baba do really well in that, but unfortunately just got a little bit too late to the circle and he just went out to the blue, which is sad to see.
Yeah, it was rough, but that zone came in very quickly. Did you see in the end zone, right? It was coming in so fast, and normally we don't see it go that quickly, but Rondo is just full of surprises, and we really got to keep up with that pace even towards the end of the game there. Even when it gets a little bit quiet, that zone is very impatient, so you really got to keep that pace going, and I think we'll see that coming into fruition here in the next game as well. We'll see a little bit more of that.
So I do have to say one word right now, which is vindication. The JS9 is meta. It is meta in this tournament. It is so good. I mean, we saw the range at which people were spraying at, right? It's crazy. And the fact that you can put a 6x scope on that weapon alone is just crazy. I'm not good enough to spray with a 6x, so I just use a 3x. But if you have like decent aim and recoil control, like that weapon we saw there, Niptura, was just destroying people. Unless you had an MG3, then that's maybe a little bit better. But JS9 alone is great.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, it would not be even a bad loadout to go double JS9, one with that large scope and one with a red dot or a 3x or something like that, and kind of just double barrel it. That would be awesome to see. I really would like to see that. Will we see that? Maybe not. I did see some people having an OM. There was some OMs in that elim feed and also some M24, so nice to see that sniper representation as well.
Yeah, I don't know where they got it from. I don't know if they got it from a crate or maybe one of the shops in Lohua Xing. I know that they got in Ringjiang some 1 MG3 at least. Maybe they got 2. I'm not too sure. They definitely were getting some really top tier loot over there. The fact that you can get that kind of loot pretty much at the start of the game if you decide to drop there and confront the agents is it's interesting. I think that that could cause some possible hot drops in the future to happen because of how valuable those spots are. But yeah, imagine an orm as you hot dropping, like, oh, I found an orm here. Great.
Yeah.
Like, let's just headshot and get it done.
Like, why not?
It is quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I mean, I've been really loving the loot that we've been seeing coming into the game. Into Rondo, it'd be really fun to continue that. So yeah, I'm ready to jump into the next game. I think we're gonna be there sort of soon-ish in the next few minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna be super excited to see what we have next on the show, on the board. Oh, and I think we're gonna be diving into a little video, and I'm gonna talk about it. I think you're going away, Max. I think you're leaving. Bye. See ya. I'm gonna be talking to you a little bit, not to you, a little bit to you at home about, what is it? Rondo itself, because maybe you haven't had a chance to actually look at the game and play the game for yourself. Maybe you know it's out, but you've just been too busy. Well, what are you doing? There's nothing better to do with your time than play the new map Rondo. And we love to see it. We love to see it. You've seen it now in that game #1, right? But there's some terraforming there that you can do. You can use your pickaxe to get the hole that you want. There's also the new electric vehicles coming in here, the EMP zones as well, which completely eradicates not only your electric vehicles in that zone for a period of time, but also the scopes that use electrics as well. So very, very interesting to play that when you play in game right now, as well as just the beautiful scenery, right? We got a gorgeous theme coming in here. A lot of that architecture is really nice to see, but don't let it distract you from those new weapons and from the enemies that will be using them as well. So it's a really good game, a really good map rather. We've been having some great games, Max and I. We've been struggling to win. It's very difficult to win. It's got a lot of sweatiness to it, which I know a lot of you at home will also enjoy. So yeah, it was a very, very cool map. I highly recommend you go check it out right now. See, here we go. Rondo, see, that's that architecture I was talking about. You got those 2 plane paths as well. And yeah, loads of supplies, as the video says. I mean, we've been getting so much loot coming through as well. And now you got those agents. We've seen all of this in that first game, of course, but just giving you a little bit more of an in-depth coming through. It's got a really, really good amount of load up. You got those shops rather as well. So you can basically do everything here. And I've been enjoying sniping so much on this. It's very good. We love it. We love to see it. We love to see it indeed. I think we can bring back Max now. There we go.
Oh.
Talk about it. Wow.
It was darkness. There was nothing. I just disappeared.
He went into the void.
I was in space for a second. I've been brought back to reality. But definitely, I mean, you talked about the also beautiful scenery, Chinese like themed map, which is great to see. I think we had different themes for each map based on like countries and stuff, but like this one actually Chinese themed is very nice. The architecture and everything is great to see. And actually, maybe I should go to China so I can buy myself a Pico bus and I could have it for myself IRL, because again, it's the best car and it's pretty good. It doesn't beat my McLaren F1, but it's still up there and it's good for the environment. So. Subscribe. I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna like and subscribe. Comment.
Like and subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe onto the Pico bus. Let's go.
My YouTube origins came back for a second. I was like, oh my god,
They
what is
really
this?
did.
2018? What's going on right there? But no, we're slowly but surely going to be getting ready for our second match of the day. So guys in chat, tell us. Who you're going to be supporting? Are we still going to be seeing Team Bot get a second chicken dinner back-to-back to kick off here the Legends Rise Rondo tournament? Or are we going to be seeing a new underdog squad finally get the eliminations? Because we've seen very clearly here, Nap, 2 different playstyles being successful. One being the hyper-aggressive, just I obliterate everyone I see kind of playstyle from Bot. And on the other side with GT, playing it very slow, very passive, sneaking into the circle to get at least a podium finish, which when you get 15 points per chicken dinner compared to the typical 10, that playstyle becomes insanely more valuable in this format.
Yeah, it sure does indeed. I am seeing in the chat, Max, a lot of love for Ultra as well. So that's a new name in the chat coming through here, showing some love for them. And Ultra, I don't remember seeing them too much on screen themselves here. They were Team Alpha, Team 9 coming in here, Ultra and Million Gaming. So definitely going to be looking out for them in that next game as well. See if we can see a little bit more of them.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be nice to see them play and get to the late game. At least a podium finish would be very interesting. I believe we're going to be into our second game in just about a minute's worth of time. So do stick around for that, guys. And we're going to be seeing who's going to be getting that second chicken dinner. Though it is time, Neptura, for the biggest, most important question of the day. Where's the circle going to go this match? Where do you think it's going to go?
You know what? I want south. Let's go straight south. You know, get a little bit of that coastline in, get a little bit of those cities in as well. Maybe even over to that full eastern side. I get them all mixed up all the time. But where was that again? Let's see. That city that you mentioned before. Oh my God.
Jadina City?
Jadina. There we go. I got to it. The phone was playing up. But yeah, Jadina City is, I'd like to see a zone there. You know what? You've piqued my interest.
Okay, I mean, yeah, Jadina City would be very interesting. I would like to see stadium finish. I think that is like the most interesting finish right there. You maybe even test track, but stadium finish is very, very interesting. Tell us in chat also, everyone in chat, where would you like this next game to finish? Which city, which compound, which area overall would you like this next game to wrap up into? I think it'll be interesting to see how it works out. I would love to have a completely flat finish just to see the full use of the emergency cover flare and how it's going to be impactful in these kind of competitive lobbies. But here we go. And no double plane paths this time. It's just going to be one plane. All the players are going to be in this one plane, which means that the more central northern side of the map is going to be heavily concentrated when it comes to players.
Yeah, that's actually very true. Are we finally going to get our hot drop on stadium or on test track or any one of these locations? It'd be nice because, yeah, you're right. We are only having that one plane path here, and it does look to be quite random as well. Now we just have to wait for that zone, see where we're going. We're already getting a few of those teams clustered together on those drop locations, and we'll see how that works out for them. We got 3 teams going down to that south side, or the southeastern side, rather. And now as we get more towards the center, you're seeing more of those teams start to come out. But the zone does go more down to the south. The stadium is not going to be in zone, but neither is Jadina City. So we might see a little bit of that south side, or it might just go straight to test track.
We're both wrong. That's all we can say.
Basically,
it's just we're pretty much not on the ball today when it comes to guessing the drop locations and where the games are going to end. Though actually, this terrain, I said I wanted to see a little bit of a flatter finish just to see the usage of the emergency cover flare. And this is actually going to be quite flat if it ends up going center. Like there's all very flat terrain and some very like small slopes and hilltops. So like it's kind of still flat. So that could be very interesting to see how that possibly works out. I am seeing though HK over to the west is alone. I do not see... Wait. I do not see 7. Where's his teammate?
I see 7. He's over by Yulin.
What is he doing in you? Why are you solo? You got a teammate. These are duos. I think they forgot.
No, he wants all the glory, all the fame, and he's gonna get it. He's gonna get Ultra. That's Ultra from the chat going down first time or first blood for the game. So that's a little unfortunate there, but hey, it's a point over to the team for 7 and HK. And we saw them have a pretty good score coming into that last game. And so they're just looking for that early growth.
Maybe they're like HK, you get the placement points, and 7, you get the elimination points. And it's like, in that sense, you know, 10,000 IQ strap, you know, it's a very...
Yeah, especially with the recalls, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like, hey, you got to eliminate. Actually, you know what? That completely slipped my mind. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. It's just, hey, you go fight, get us like 20 eliminations. And when, you know, at the end you have no more bullets, I'll just res you back up.
Yeah, I think that's
fair.
That works. That works indeed, yeah. I think that's a fairly decent strat, especially as a duo, right? Maybe as a squad, it's a little bit more difficult, but as a duo, rather, I think that's a great strat to be looking for in these games. And you see now, though, Levinho and Cebu, they are going head-to-head here. There is a little bit more of those hot drops in game number 2 than we saw in the last game, and Team 966 are looking for any sort of angle they can get onto them.
Yep. In Jaltin, by the way, this fight's currently happening in Jaltin. Naruto and Captain, we know they can be quite efficient when it comes to the early game fights. A few unfortunate nades from Naruto last game, but I'm sure he will be able to learn from those encounters and do a little bit better this time around. And again, we talked about it earlier, right? But you can really get on almost any single roof of these buildings, which means verticality-wise, you can just have these kind of weird pincers where you have a player below, one player climbing upstairs, doing a bit of parkour, and then just obliterate the enemy team just in this building. So Naruto up here, I think they know he's there, but pushing up the staircase against the shotgun, that is not something I would recommend you.
No, indeed. And they're really drawing this one out, to be honest. I mean, they're being quite careful. It makes sense that, I mean, yeah, okay, honestly, that kind of makes sense. They've got that zone not that far away. They want to protect their duo as much as possible. They're playing it a little bit more slowly. That's fine. But we will be seeing now something a little bit closer to the center zone, and there's 3 different teams here, Max.
Yeah, there's going to be quite a few. There's going to be Team 13, which is also known as Spontaneous, are going to be looking to take their fight. Currently, no eliminations to their name, and they do have 3 teams. Actually, a sneaky third party happening to the east of the compound. They need to be a little bit careful as here we go. Yeah, Team 10, XO, Shark, and Zedu. I know had a lot of fans supporting them in the chat earlier. Took a few shots, like, you know what? This is not quite worth it, so we're going to get the hell out of Dodge. It's not quite worth the time. As here we go back to Naruto's POV. Versus Sevu and Levino. Always the quintessential duo. Sevu and Levino always fighting together in these kind of tournaments. Drops on down, though, is going to be gaming. YT getting dropped and not going to be able to work out for him as Queen. Sole survivor of the squad, and that is going to be the end of the road. Team Ultra, actually no, just Ultra is going to get those eliminations with Million, and that's going to be 2 eliminations to his name. So GD will play Ultra. I know a lot of people were hoping to see him do well, and in fact, he is completely destroying the opposition early on.
Let's go. Still 0 elims though for Captain Naruto. I'm seeing that here on the screen as they're continuing this little fight, and they're kind of looted up enough, so I don't think they're worrying about that at all. But this is where the shotgun comes in handy. What a shot through the window. Can he get both? He does. A 1v2. Easy peasy for Naruto. Not a problem at all.
Rasengan! he went for, okay, Hokage confirmed. Like, he definitely can go the entire way. He destroyed them right there through the window. And the windows, by the way, some of the windows in Rondo are quite hard to shoot through because they have a bit of decor around them, and that actually sucks up some of the pellets of your shotguns. But no, he was super accurate on that initial shot, got the knock pretty much instantly. Now they're going to be the sole team up northwest of the circle. Pretty straightforward rotation. Though, if they rotate into 7, you've got to be careful. This guy can 1v2. Just be a little bit careful. As we do see then 2 EMP zones, which have quite a few different effects on this mode here, Nap.
They sure do. I mean, if you have an electric vehicle or any vehicle at all, actually, you cannot use them while this zone is in effect, and also some of your scopes are also greatly affected. You don't have any of that information coming in from the scopes. You kind of have to just play it by ear, but they don't last very long, thankfully, so they're just a minor inconvenience, really, especially in those early parts of the game where you're not really seeing many people, so not going to be a huge issue for these teams. But when you play it for yourselves, be wary, because yeah, you're going to see that quite a bit. It's interesting that the S12K meta has followed us into Rondo as well, though. You know, you are seeing those JS9s and the MG3s and the snipers as well, but a lot of people are using those shotguns.
It's the meta. Like, it doesn't matter if you're playing esports, casual, if you're playing in Ultimate Royale or this new map of Rondo, like, it is just that damn strong. Though Zedu has got himself the M79, the smoke grenade launcher. I think used up one of the bullets in the M79, so he's going to try and maybe sneak his way through. Like, yeah, Zedu and Shark are just not too interested in this fight. Maybe just try and find himself a car and get out of dodge will just be the best course of action. As a guard just dropped lobby. Team bot, not the way to go if you want to win a second game in a row.
Yeah. Oh, that's a little risky for a Bisky there, especially, yeah, as you said, you know, they're coming off of a big win. We've seen them do some really awesome things in the past. Maybe they're trying to get those MG3s again, but so far it's not really going to be working out. Hopefully they are going to be able to get that res, but again, as a duo, there's, you know, 20 or 30 agents that come through there, 20 or 30 guards. So it gets very difficult very quickly if you're a solo.
20, 30? I don't think there's that many. That seems too much. Seems like too much. No, there's not that many. I think there's like maximum 10 all at once.
Interesting.
I know. We'll go play later and we'll count exactly how many guards are there, and we'll announce on Instagram who won and who's correct.
You know what? Fair. Let's do it. Let's do it.
But I think that's a bit too many. But again, like, it's not like your typical like, quote unquote bots, these guards or agents really pack a punch. Just a shot or two and you're done. You're knocked. And they will flush you. They're not just like, oh, I'm going to knock you and just leave you where you are. No, they will flush you. They'll go the entire way. Okay? And it's the most insulting thing ever to go out to not a real player, but a guard when you're trying to get like an Orm or an MG3. So yeah, be careful. Like, you might get good loot, but you better be ready because you're not going to get that loot for free.
Interesting, we're seeing such a large kind of split amongst all these teams, right? Everything's fairly evenly placed. There's not a whole lot of bunching up. We're seeing, there's the odd team here and there that are looking at each other at close range, but otherwise everybody's very spread out, very comfortable with where they're going. That EMP zone nowhere near anybody, so that's going to be okay for everybody here. And we're just really waiting on that next zone. Pepito and crew up onto the north side, out of zone completely, and they got a few bridges to cross before they get there. Yeah, I heard that.
Oh wait,
bush car.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not. Like, you're not James Bond. That's not going to hide the car completely. Why are you doing? I love gambling. Why is he doing to his teammate?
It's fun.
He's scratching his car.
He's
that's expensive.
Jealous about his skin. That's what it is. Max does it to me all the time. I would know.
True. I would take your car and I would flip it and be like, oh, sorry, I didn't do it on purpose. But
I think you've done that. I think you've done that a couple times. Ooh, and the P90 coming in clutch.
Yeah,
but
there you go, Vale. Oh, trying to swap on over to the shotgun too. I see the attempt there. Nice try, but unfortunately, it was just not going to quite work out. The 1v2 will not be of the essence as Orco 20 going for the res for their fallen teammate.
Not bad. Yeah, I mean, when you have these reses, it's a little bit easier to go all gun-ho like Seven has at the start of the game, right? And kind of go, yeah, let's just do it. And then we can get recalled and play for the strategy side of things afterwards. So that's a nice little bit of freedom that our players are given here. And they're just able to keep up as a duo. So that really means that we get more of those players the later and later in the game we go. So that's going to be a whole lot more fun for us.
Definitely going to be entertaining. Actually, I remember this area. You can also get on top of some of the roofs here if you're good when it comes to parkour. I think this one's a little bit too high, though. Yeah, this one you can't. You need a little bit of assist from like a car or something. But some of these roofs are definitely climbable. But yeah, Seven here again without HK. It's just waiting in the wings to go for the revive. I think Seven never went out right. So res could still be pulled off until a bit later on. And the nade connects onto Cappy. He's just completely flexing on them. His utility plays are just absolutely on point. He's going to clean up shop, not letting them go for the res. Shotgun shot did not connect initially. He has still a bit more utility here, Nep, to play, so he could still go for the squad wipe.
Could indeed, and he's using those utils really lovely. And he's just trying to stop that res from coming through, gaining himself a little bit of time. He does burn out Cappy, so that's going to be another point going over to him. But now, great nade from Noblesse in response, right? But not going to do enough damage to be what they want it to be. At least now, it's just a little bit of a heal off.
Yeah, really good nade. If it was cooked a little bit more, I think that could have been an instant elimination on Seven. Oh, a knock. But it's not going to be just a knock because HK is not there to go for the revive, so you'll have to wait for the actual respawn itself. Noblesse, I think, had enough of just waiting in the wings of this building, looking to confront Seven that has still just about 21 pellets, which is definitely more than enough for what he's trying to attempt here for this 1v1. And picked up an extra nade or two, so he's still looking to play around that utility and just not even have to look at Noblesse in the eyes when he eliminates them. Oh, get out!
Okay, hey, you know what? I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Fair game.
Well played. Yeah, Noblesse doing a great job there. Gonna go ahead and res his teammate. There we go. Not take out any pulls in the meantime, but yeah, I really like that play. He just did a little bit of a ring around the rosy, got that car, and he's gonna go res his teammate. So GG's there. Seven is on his own. HK's out in the zone for some reason. Not sure what that's all about. I think it's free enough where he could regroup. Now we're starting to get into that mid game, so does need to think about that now. Imagine
you revive your teammate out in the blue. It's like, I don't have meds. I can't tank it. What? Just instantly gets knocked by the blue zone. Yeah, I don't know what the strat is here, but he's definitely not looting still. Like he had like what 10 minutes to loot now. He's definitely good when it comes to loot. No, actually, we saw phase 2 about to go into phase 3. It is, again, very flat. There is one big mountaintop, which is like kind of southeast of Yulin. And it's actually a very interesting mountain. Actually, a lot of the hilltops in this map are interesting because they're like a very slight slope. And then randomly in the middle of the hill, you have this big rock pillar that you can't climb. And it makes it very hard to scout efficiently because you can't just 360-degree scout. You have to actually move around that rock to get information. So scouting is definitely approached a bit differently when it comes to it on this map compared to your, again, other maps of Miramar and Erangel.
Oh, test track.
Whoa, that's big.
Almost fully test track there. I mean, we are also, I mean, test track to me is also a little bit of that factory area, but it's, you know, test track itself is inside, so we'll maybe see a little bit of that. But now the pressure is on for some of these teams on those edges, right, to actually get into zone, because they've got a minute and a quarter to go 1.5 kilometers, and that's quite a way on these maps.
Yeah, quite a marathon, but you definitely want to do it after clearing up shop. You want to try and eliminate everyone here, put on the clinic if you can. Yeah, Kopiakole and Chocoholic, from what we saw last game, they're definitely a more passive team. Just like GT, they want to take things a little bit slow. If they can avoid an encounter, they will. But here, playing on the outskirts of the city, the blue zone we can see south of them is going to encroach on their position very soon. They're smoking up the car. I think the plan is get in the car and leave, which, again, for a passive team, I think that's the perfect game plan right now.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, there's not really a better time to do it, right? You're trying to get to those end zones, and actually fighting is not the way you're going to do it. So, yeah, they are going to go into those vehicles, get smoked up, and away they go. But Merci is looking for a little assistance right now. He would be saying thank you to his teammate if his teammate can come get him. But I think they're just looking for that opening. Not nice. Really, really nice there with that arm. Love to see it. And now that's given him the opening he needs to just go ahead and res his teammate.
Yeah, I think what he's going to do is he's going to try and crash the car in front of Mercy and go for the red. Oh, actually, they might get pushed at Team 16. SOM, Monazir, and Lily Foe. No, seems like they're just, getting into the circle. He's going to go for the res. I thought he might try and just pick up Mercy, put him in the car and leave, but no, they're actually going to res on site. As here we go, another engagement with Bot of Slayer and Lotex are going to be looking for the engagement, and that will be 2 easy eliminations going away of Lotex.
Goodness me, they went down pretty quickly there on that crash, but again, that's going to be a space freed up inside zone for them, so they've got their spot now, and we're starting to see a lot of these rotations come through, Max. A lot of people all over each other, and not necessarily being a good thing at this point in time. You got Vale now going up against the team that just got rid of a team, so they're trying to get all healed up and everything, and Team 17 just not going to let them do it.
Yeah, we also saw HK get eliminated by Lily Foe with the JS9. So that's going to be a res. I mean, actually, no, we're going into phase 4, so that res is not going to be able to happen for too much longer. Vale, here you go. Huge first nade. Now Bob Slayer, and he still has 4 nades right now. Compared to Bob Slayer that has no nades, not even trying to throw the pin out, and that's it. They're going to be knocked. Bot of Slayer, Lotex are also going to be eliminated in that fight. So see you later, Alligator. 15 teams still remaining and only 29 players on board.
Oh, and the zone has just moved again. I don't think it's too harsh for a lot of these teams. Maybe they've gotten to read the map a little bit better on this game, and so we are going to be seeing it move over to that western side. It's a lot of mountains. Those mountains that we were talking about earlier, Max, they are currently in play.
Yeah, I've had this exact circle finish a few months ago. Days ago. Well, I'm saying months. Just came out. So the main hilltop in the center with that rocky terrain I talked about, actually because of the main rock pillar being there, it could host technically multiple teams because they're not going to be in direct conflict. You could have maybe 2-3 teams, and 3 teams is kind of pushing it. Maybe 2 teams, 1 north and 1 south, or 1 east and 1 west, and they can kind of coexist together until the circle pushes them away. But right now, no one's even looking to take that gamble. They're not sending it there, as Mighty Sky and his teammate are just waiting in the gas station southwest, and Vale and Loku will be getting relatively close to their location.
There's a lot of defense going on right now, right? Especially for Ultra and Million. They're just trying to spray and push away any teams that come near them. Try to get, you know, a little bit of that gatekeep coming through as well. But I think that's kind of secondary to just protecting their spot, protecting their entry into zone. And we're starting to see now Ultra coming in with that M24. Great little shot there. And Noblesse again is down. So they're going to have to be picked back up again. Cappy moving in. Red Hat with the in that Elim feed, doing what he can for his team and doing it very, very well.
I think actually that was not his shot that connected with the I think someone else, and it popped in the feed.
So.
But yeah, it was not them. I was like, oh wait, no, that's someone else. Here you go. Double MG3 again.
Once again.
They
Again.
I think their game plan is we don't care how we rotate, we don't care of the circle, we don't care who we fight. All we know we care about is MG3, which to be fair, I like.
Yeah.
Because it's the best weapon in the game. To be fair, coolio.
To be fair, cool.
Going.
Yeah. When we go to airdrops, Max has dibs on the MG3 and I have dibs on the ARM.
Yeah.
Every time. That sweet 1v2.
What an amazing angle from Seven.
Somebody has a self-res?
Yeah, someone has a self-res.
Not for long.
Going for the flush, and it was Sweet Dreams, apparently, that had the self-res, and that's going to be the end of him and his team. As Seven,
Sneaky Shack.
No HK, though, but Seven doesn't need to be resed. Like, he's still alive. He's gunning about.
He's chilling. Oh, Chocoholic. Got a little bit of a stray there, but they're going to be moving in quite nicely to this spot. Again, somebody is already in here. I don't know that they know that, though, Max.
I think in this circle, you know, some people are going to be in every compound. At least that's what I would expect it. I would go in with these compounds with the idea that someone is already here. Let's be careful about it, which is why they actually entered in a building that was on one of the corners of the compound, which is one of the best ways to do it. You're already taking minimal risk that someone's there. Here you go, the Ultra back at it again here with Million Gaming looking to get, I'm not sure how many eliminations they have, but that was not their first elim. They have a bunch of eliminations in their backpack right now.
They sure do. Zasua and Pepito, we're not used to seeing them with 0 elims, though, and here they are with just that, but you are going to be seeing them pretty well stocked up here. I mean, a little low on that ammo, but otherwise pretty stocked up and just trying to get rid of that northernmost team. But actually, you know what? They're inside zone. This team, Copiacole, Chocoholic, and the team next door, Team 16. Chocoholic will go down, though, unfortunately, so that's just going to be Copiacole ready for action and just trying to do a 1v2 here, but that is a nade being cooked, Max. Where's it going to go?
I think it's going to be tough to hit that nade because you have to hit it through the window and then through another door that I don't think they can see from that angle, so I think he's pretty safe when it comes to nades, unless they wrap around. Is he going to go for the spray on Naruto and his teammate? Not too sure. No, he's just scouting, getting some info with that 3x scope currently. But if you're the squads he's currently up against, I think you want to wrap up this fight ASAP. You want to eliminate Copiacole. There you go. Some utility is going to be thrown over because they want to start thinking about the next step, which is to rotate and occupy some of the space in the circle. You can't do that while Copiacole is still behind you. Big nade actually able to kind of thread the needle, put him down to a 3rd HP, and he is looking to now abandon that building by a little bit more time. He's getting pushed up by Munazir, and that is going to be the end of the road for him and Chocoholic.
It is indeed, but a valiant effort nonetheless. The emergency flares starting to find their way into the game now as we're looking at Team 15. Going to be trying to find their way into zone and just clearing that backside, clearing that pathway in. And Zasua does go on out, so that's going to be them out and down. But Seven is just elims.
Yeah, not the player.
Not the player? Okay, got it. Yeah, 7 elims for Captain, though, and crew. Very, very good result for them because, again, we didn't see too much of them last game.
Yeah, definitely were a little bit more silent here up to 4 elimination. Big nade. I think the idea, is with that nade to do a little bit of terraforming here, create some space that you can play on top of that hill. We're going to be going over to another fight, though, with Mighty Sky and Vale. Orko 20 a little bit further in the back of that fight, but occupying a decent position in the circle itself. So if Vale can come out successful of this fight with those 5 nades, he could directly rotate towards Orko and maybe go for a game-winning play. But I would say Orko might want to regroup as I say that, Orko gets knocked by someone around him. So it might just be Vale having to take that fight solo 1v2. As he's looking for Mighty Sky here with the S12K. Still a player. Could give some info behind. Mighty Sky, no nade in hand.
Nice nade, just gonna clean up that knock there, so it is just gonna be Mighty Sky now, but again, as you said, that info is gonna be there. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, that nade is way far. No way that hit. What?
You say, oh, it's way too far. Oh, no, it's perfect, actually.
It's perfect. What the heck? That looked like it was going to go way out into the blue, but all right. GG's. Well played, well played. We're going to see now 9 elims for Star Captain Naruto, though. I mean, Naruto is down, but, you know, we'll see. Oh, I hate when that happens. GG's. 7 gets it by a hair, but I hate when you try and shoot into clearly open space and it's actually just the car. That really messes with your plays, but there we go. Lots of ammo now for 7. Lots of stuff coming in here. So he's looking actually like he wants to win this as a solo.
This terraforming feature is truly game-changing. Normally, you could not play this location. At least you could play it, but you would be at risk. And now he just put a nade down. He's got this little dip to play with. Hides away his character model, and he can just get some info for free with the third-person perspective. And just take the shots when they have to. They're looking at I Love Gambling and Mercy. They are currently very far away from the circle. They still have a car, so they can make a big dash if needed. And they actually have 2 cars. But as we know, every good spot currently is taken in the circle, except maybe those rocks in the distance, and that might be where they try and shift their focus in the very near future.
Ooh! Oh, saved by the zone there. Vale was, or Vale, sorry. Vale was out in the open there, but nope, they've got to get going, and those cars sound awesome, just zooming into zone there. But Team 16 got a little bit of a quieter approach, going to just be healing up, waiting for those teams to move on up before getting into zone themselves. And Monazer might just try it, but no, Ultra sees exactly what's going on. And 7 has the MG3 now. This is huge.
I think it's going to be Ultra Million versus 7.
I think
it's going to be a 1v2.
honestly,
and it's kind of going to be even. Actually, no, at the end of the day, 7's going to be knocked. He does have the self-AD, which means it's not the end of the road. Like, he can self-revive himself because, by the way, if you guys are not aware, you do have self-ADs as natural loot in this mode. If you can find it or maybe buy in one of the shops, you would be very, very lucky. And 7, there you go. Res back up. I believe he still has a few meds earlier. Yep, with a first aid kit. He's looking as healthy as can be. And with the MG3, he's ready to pop off once again. 1v2v2, Mercy, I Love Gambling, Million Gaming, and Ultra versus 7. Tell us in the chat who you think is going to be taking this second chicken dinner of the day.
I'm rooting for 7 here. He's the solo. He's the underdog. He's been doing all the work. All the big elims have been his. So I want him to win this.
I'm going to be basic. I'm going to follow the chat blindly and say Million Gaming and Ultra are going to get the win. Actually, look how many nades they threw on the ground to create those little craters, those little dips. They're really making full use of that feature. Ultra, Million Gaming are playing like big brain mode, okay? Bazinga right now for them in this position. Though the circle, they're the only team in the circle currently. 7 still has a car, inching his way forward, and there is going to be more emergency cover flares thrown over by I Love Gambling and Mercy. They will be able to maybe sneak their way in the play zone.
What's 7 doing? What's he doing? He's pushing, that's true. Is that wise? Yes, apparently. Million Gaming goes down to Star Mercy. Oh, Merci or Mercy? I'm not sure. Anyway.
Say it with the accent.
Merci.
Good nade.
Good nade.
Ultra's got pushed out
Another
now.
good nade.
No way you can survive.
An excellent nade. Oh my goodness. Somehow dodges that one. And here comes now. This is the big push. 7's just going to be chilling.
There you go, Mercy almost getting squished by the emergency cover flare, but he survives and goes and gets 2 more eliminations for him. And I Love Gambling, but 7!
Whoa!
Solo against everyone. He was in a 1v2v2 and has the biggest opening nade I've ever seen so far in these matches on Rondo. Mercy cannot allow that res to come on through. You need to go for the push now with the MG3. He's fully reloaded. He's ready to go. Goes for the spray, but cannot connect it. He has a stealth AD, but no time to use it. And it will be the win, snatched away from him. And Mercy sure was knocked, but put on an absolute show with that push at the end. GG well play for taking the win on our second match of the evening.
Absolutely well played. That was a nail biter and a half right there. Loving the use of the terraforming and of the emergency flares that we're starting to see come into that late game. They're game changers, and it's great to see them being so utilized. But yeah, 7 coming in there really did a lot of that work, and he was just ready to go. Almost got the win, but no, it is going to be Mercy and Co coming in here and getting that second win of the day.
It's so sick to see all those new features that are added only for Rondo so far. Maybe other maps in the future. I'm hoping. But used, and they had such a massive impact, especially in those mid to late game scenarios, right? Again, talking about the terraforming that was used by Ultra Million Gaming. And then on the other side, you had Mercy with the emergency cover flare. Though again, I was scared he was going to get squashed by it. I don't know if that would do damage to you. I'd like to think it would, because that would be really funny if it does. But that was a close call because he was in between two of those emergency cover flares and yet just escaped. Like, and he was chilling. He was fine. He got the elims.
Yeah, he did indeed. And still, those points, as you said, are racking up, right? He's got 10 points for that second place, and then all the elims as well. So a really, really good job there. No, 12 points for second. I thought I was wrong there. 12 points for second place. So it's a lot of points that he's just accumulated for his team, and only 2 games in, it's a good start.
Yeah, very, very good start here. I mean, of course, we have such a small amount of games in total when you look at it. It's 6 games, right? So, like, technically, some people could do a big, big comeback in just one match. If they get chicken dinner with a 10, 15 eliminations, they could definitely do it, especially if you're 7. You know, you could definitely just get 10 eliminations alone, apparently. Yeah, I'd love to see a little bit more from HK because he's definitely been a bit silent. I think that if they're together, then they're just going to win every game. Like, that's why they're putting the game in easy mode, giving everyone a chance to get those chicken dinners. Because if HK was there, they would just be too damn powerful. Very scary.
Yeah. Very, yeah. He's handicapped himself, which I feel like I said the other day. I was like, oh, I'm handicapping myself. So maybe me and 7 need to start playing and do that. But anyway, we're going to be seeing the leaderboards in just a second. I'm hearing it in the ear as we speak.
You're lying. It's on Discord. She keeps doing this, guys.
Ambiance, man. God,
No,
you're ruining it.
It's written on my side screen, okay? We have a Discord chat, and it has... No one's talking to us right now. She thinks she looks cool, and unfortunately, it's just not how it goes. But here we go, leaderboards. And here we go. Wait, 0 chicken dinners, and yet we get 30 points total?
Wait.
Oh, these are overalls. Okay, I thought we were going to see match rankings for a second. I was like, wait a minute. This does not add up. What's going on? No, so then there's going to be CR7 currently in first place with 0 chicken dinners.
That's crazy.
And that's going to be comprised of Captain and Naruto. And now that I read the names of the players, kind of makes sense, Nep, because they've just been blasting from the first minute of the game until the end if they're still alive. So the amount of limbs they have, 16, is mad, but it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm very surprised that Savinho is the only team left with 0 points on the board whatsoever. That's crazy.
It's not good. It's not where you want to be.
It's not good.
You know, it's Savinho.
I know.
They're gonna come back. Don't worry. Trust the process. Just like HK and 7, they're just giving everyone else a chance to get some points. And they're just going to start performing with only 4 matches left. So don't worry, it will be fine. With that said, though, I believe that for real this time, no debating here, that we are going to be having our guest of Snowix here. Snowix, can you hear me?
Hello, yeah, I can hear you.
Hey,
You got him.
Can you hear me?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. What about you?
You're doing fantastic. We had some great Rondo games, but right out of the gate, Snowix, before we dive into this game and everything, how are you enjoying Rondo so far?
I mean, it's a kind of interesting map. There is a lot of new thing in the map, like with the nade you can use to make a ridge, with the concrete thing you can use as well to make a new cover, and the new car as well. I think there is a lot of new thing actually.
Yeah. Do you want to ask a question here, Nep?
What's been your favorite play, like watching it, like so far, the games? Like, is there a play that stands out to you so far in the last 2 matches?
In these 2 matches, I think I really like the Zatsu and Pepito crushes on Star Captain and Naruto at the game 1. I think it's kind of a risky move, but it's kind of move that can pay off, you know?
Yeah, for sure. No, it was definitely some very flashy plays coming out from these guys. But like looking at this game in particular, this last game we had a really sick finish with we had Ultra using the nade and creating dips. Do you think this is going to be an addition, a feature like the crates and the fact you can terraform? That's going to be super impactful and people should like use in every match.
Yeah, I think it's a very good play. Coming out in the game, but it's kind of risky at the same time because you're gonna waste a lot of utility to make your own dip, and you won't have like utility anymore to fight the enemy. So you need to find the right time and the right balance to make your own dip and to keep some utility to fight the enemy as well.
That's true.
Yeah, good insight there. I hope you all at home are paying attention to that for sure, because that's some good advice.
Enigma Galaxy pro tips.
Yeah.
We're getting live right now. But out of the people here, we already talked with you, SnowX, earlier about the players and the teams. Which team do you think might be winning the whole thing? After we have like some games here, but do you have some favorites you're looking at?
I kind of like the way CR7 playing, of course. I think they are like kind of strong, like if we talk about mechanic skills. But I also want to look about Reda and Mercy, because I think they have their chance.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Okay, well, thank you for your predictions. Excellent. We'll see if it comes true. But thank you very much, Snoek, for joining us on the show. And we'll see you after the next game. So stick around for that, Snoek. And thank you very much again for your insight.
Thank you.
In a bit. There we go. Good to get some professional esport gamer insight here. I mean, he talks about it. And actually, it's true. When you think about it, the point of being able to terraform, you have to use a lot of utility that really you should like. You got to value. Do I want to keep this utility for like a really big game making opportunity, or do I want to create cover that could be really strong and allow us to, just like Ultra Million Gaming, right, to get into a podium finish pretty much for free, just for the cost of a few grenades? That's actually interesting to see, and how players value that and see what's worth it or not.
Yeah, it absolutely is. You also got to think about that backpack space as well, right? If you take extra utility to make that terrain work for you, then you've also got to maybe skimp out a little bit on the ammo and stuff like that. So there's a whole lot of balancing now that we have to kind of figure out what the balance is on this map of Rondo. So yeah, very true.
Yeah. Though, of course, we're here for Rondo, for the Legends Rise Rondo. It's in the name, bloody hell. So, like, of course, we're going to be here for that. But also, you know, if you go play PUBG Mobile right now, there's a lot of other stuff that's currently happening in the background, supercars, and also the current game mode event, which is going to be Golden Dynasty. And it's been a lot of fun to play onto that one. I think, actually, I didn't snap my finger and make Niptura disappear. Wait, she's going to disappear now. And she's got, oh my God, production is on point. Thank you very much. I'd have looked really dumb if that didn't work out. But yeah, and you can go play Golden Dynasty right now in game. It's going to be on multiple maps. It's going to be on the Wrangle one, of course, on Rondo if you want to give it a try. And there's a lot of depth into it when you go in the map, the mode. Every time you drop, you're going to have actually a day zone and also a night zone above. So if you can want to play something a little bit more interesting, you can wait to be above the play area and you can go up in the night zone and you can get yourself some amazing, amazing loot. And also, one tip before I do throw you guys to the promo video, if you do lose a teammate, but you do actually win the mode, you can revive your teammate in the mode area where you can get all the great loot in the middle of the map. So there you go. That's my pro tip because I did not know originally, and it can be quite damn useful. But with that said, please check out this video and hopefully see you guys soon in the Golden Dynasty. I'm faded. Oh, sorry, I was jamming out to some Alan Walker right there. Yeah, great song, great mode, and definitely check it out for the 7th anniversary. It's been 7 years since this game came out.
That's
now
crazy.
I'm feeling old.
Yeah, same. I'm a Season 2 player, so yeah, that's oof.
Yeah, I started in like 2019, so it is.
Oh, I'm more of an OG than you are, bro. That's crazy. I am.
And yeah, I started casting before you, so I get that. Okay. I don't know why I went for the throat right away. That was kind of mean. I'm sorry. But actually, 7th anniversary, what are we going to have for the 10th anniversary? Because it is getting here. Like in just a few years' time, we'll be there. That will be a huge celebration. I wonder what we're going to get.
I think a big party. Everybody who ever played PUBG ever is all just going to go in one place. Stade de France probably will. No, Stade de France won't hold us.
We're going to need a very big table. Okay.
We're going to need a whole country, bro.
And a lot of thumb sleeves. Also, we'll have to ask Hot Jukes to sponsor us.
Hey, yo, Jukes.
We need the thumb sleeves, like billions of them, please. A few thumb sleeves. There we go. With that said, I do believe our next game should be starting very soon. It is going to be the last game of the day, but if you want more of this and you're like, oh no, it's going to end already, tomorrow, same time, same place, we'll be back for 3 more matches of Legends Rise Rondo tournament. Of course on Rondo, because like duh. And seeing who's going to be able to maybe do a little bit of a comeback. Maybe Livino and Sivu. I'm still looking at them. Niptura, they were on 0 points. A comeback is still technically possible. Do you think it's going to happen, though? Are we going to see them take the win or at least do a comeback?
Not today. I think they're waiting for that day 2 restart. I think that's what really you're going to be looking at. If I was them, I would be doing that and kind of going, okay, you play as well as you can, or you just play to kind of get maybe a couple points, because we did see they have no points at all. But then coming into that next game, yeah, I would need to see them come out big.
Yeah, I mean, also, if you can just become a top fragger, the top fragger of this tournament is going to get $500. So, just funnel all the eliminations on one of the players and you can get up there. Even though it's looking like Seven is looking pretty good. I think Seven might be getting that $500. So you might want to try and catch him off guard if you want to get some of that prize pool for yourself. Again, $10,000 for this is quite impactful for one of the first Rondo tournaments. I think there was one, actually, I believe Snowix played a Rondo tournament recently, if I'm not mistaken. I think I talked to him a few days ago. We'll have to ask him a few questions about that, because that could be quite insightful to see how things are going to work out. But here we go. 1 minute before our game starts. So chat, as always, you know what time it is. It's time to tell us who you think will be taking the third chicken dinner of the evening.
Ooh, and we got 2 plane paths again, so maybe not those hot drops, maybe, but hopefully, we still haven't seen our stadium hot drop. We still haven't seen our test track hot drop. Everybody's being big old chickens right now. I'm just going to say it. It's the last game. I can say what I want. Get your hot drops going, because, we've got the points out of the way a little bit. Come on, have some fun with it. It'll be great. We do see nope, not a hot drop. They're going opposite directions. Dang.
Rip.
Right.
Big yikes. Copiacoli is going to be dropping with a Chocoholic just south of Yulin. We'll see. Again, I think we're going to have a few hot drops happening here this time around. It seems like some players are feeling pretty comfy when it comes to this lobby. And they're just able to flex on people, especially Naruto with the nades. His nade game is on point. He's on fire. And we are going to be then seeing the bot team going back to Ringjang, looking for the duo MG3 once more. Someone's got to stop them, because at the moment they get the MG3, it's done. Like, they're getting to the late game if they get the MG3. You cannot let them get it. But unfortunately, no one's there, so they should be getting it for free, unless the guards are OP. Guards, please allow other teams to get a win.
Yeah, nice. Literally, because you're right. If they get that, it's game over. And I'm kind of surprised no one has really decided to actually try and hot drop and try and stop that from happening. Maybe that's something we'll see coming into tomorrow. But for now, it looks like we already do have something going down at the factory on that edge of zone. And the zone, speaking of it, is kind of chill. We got stadium in there, we got test track in there, we got a little bit more of that kind of hilly terrain over to that western side as well. So there might be a little bit more to play with here.
Yeah, no big northern or southern circles here. It's just been pretty much dead center when it comes to east and west. Like, we had an eastern one, central one last game, and then west this time around. And it could go completely north or south or east this time around. So it's definitely going to be quite interesting to see how people will be approaching this early circle. Again, very flat terrain when it comes to that area. I'd love to have a desert finish. We had a kind of desert finish on the first game, right? But it was close to the water. It was like just on the limit. So I would like to have a deep desert finish maybe tomorrow. We'll see how that's going to be going for them. As here we go, Team 24. That's going to be French Monsters. Did hear a few footsteps, I think, in the compound. Just like, yep, we don't want to... Can't take this smoke. We're out of here. Not worth it.
Bye-bye. Yeah, honestly, it's not worth it, right? You got that last game of the night. You want to make sure you're staying as long as possible. And if that means moving quickly, making a hasty retreat, then so be it. But look at this loot. Okay, we definitely going to have to play after this, Max, because I want a piece of that loot. I mean, the 4X and the 2 M4s in the same warehouse is just unheard of on other maps. So I am so down for this loot. I'm loving it so far.
I feel like we're always, in our games, we find all the weapons we want, but we just don't find the scopes too quickly. It's always DK, because we play with DK, and he just gets the scope. He's the scope man, and I'm jealous of him. It's good for him. Those 7, no. He's in the theater area, I believe, yeah. Looking to claim some loot. Actually, the 2 players here on Naruto's team, Captain and Naruto, are kind of split away from each other. 7 could just take 2 1v1s and call it a day. So you got to be careful. You might want to drop together, because 7 could be in the shadows lurking and ready to strike at any point in time.
It's true. Seven's a lurker. We know this. He's ready for those fights at any given time. And Noblesse and Cappy might be aware of that. Oh, speaking of the devil, here he is.
Uh-oh.
1v2 at the minute, but he's in a little bit of a sandwich. I mean, that other player is kind of far away, but still, right? Captain might have an angle if he puts himself right, and Seven might be not long for this world.
Maybe he could get a sick angle here. What did he have scope-wise? Got himself a red dot. Not sure what he has on the GS9. Oh, Seven has one nade also in his loadout, so if he can get one pinpoint accurate nade onto Naruto, that could just open up the floodgates. Actually, he could get on the rooftop here. If he jumps out the window, that could be a really good angle to get. Because if you're getting pushed, you could just jump off the rooftop and get back to Captain pretty quickly.
But he doesn't know where Seven is. He knows
He
there's
heard
somebody.
footsteps. He heard footsteps for sure.
I should hope so, but he's looking elsewhere, and Seven's not really making that much noise. But we'll see. It looks like he's getting ready for battle now with that S12 in hand. He's just waiting. But a level 1 helmet is not much protection against the weapons of Naruto up there. So, I mean, S12 against a level 1 helmet is not a good mix.
Yeah, not quite a good wombo combo.
No.
As over to Sevu and Levino again, the only team that has yet to score a single point. I'll look into go for that quick snappy rotate M4 and a S12K, I believe. I'm blind, my eyes are.
Yep,
Not as good
S12.
as they once used to be. S12K, there you go. So yeah,
Okay,
typical.
Grandpa. 2 6x right there.
Hey, you're almost my age, okay? You calm down right now.
Yeah,
there.
you're still older though.
But not that much.
Like 2 years maximum, actually.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. Why you gotta do that? I know my forehead makes it look like I'm
It's
older, but
because
come
it's
on.
fun to bully you, all right? I'm
Not
sorry.
cool, not
I'm not cool, not cool. All right, fine.
Production.
Fine.
Muter.
No!
Million Gaming and Ultra also trying to wrap up their looting stage. So I would love to see them make good use of some of the new features of Rondo. The last game, Million Gaming and Ultra were just putting on a clinic and really showing that these new features have such a massive impact. You can make it a top 3 in situations where really you should not. I think they had no reason to survive that long if they didn't have the new feature of terraforming. But with it, create a little dip, you survive, you're good to go. And I feel like if they were maybe given emergency cover flares, maybe they could have also won that game. Like they know how to use those features to their full potential.
Yeah, they've definitely been practicing. We've seen them. There's definitely the product of a lot of review and a lot of practice going in here. I'm kind of surprised we've not seen them in any of our games, actually. But we haven't, and honestly, thank God, because oh my God. But we will be seeing how maybe the teams adapt. Are we going to be seeing some adaptability coming in from a lot of these teams as well, though, right? Because we're starting to see, or the last 2 games, we've kind of seen this. Oh,
great.
Easy peasy. 7 goes down to 6. That makes more sense in my head. But yeah.
HK.
HK.
And a
That
reviving.
strat's paying off. Yep. Sure is. Oh, and we have last game's winners here rolling around, looking for trouble, looking for that high ground as well. Certainly they're in zone. They got 3 minutes until zone 2 pops up, so they got plenty of time to deal with this.
Yeah, definitely a lot of time to work with. And we just saw actually one of those hilltops I talked about, right, with a massive rock pillar in the middle of it. So actually that position, if a circle ends there, you got a little dip, and it's just such a strong position because you don't even have to be scared of getting backstabbed. I mean, it could still happen, but it's not as easy to pull off. You can just be there, focus on like the 180 degrees of land you have visible in front of you, and pivot if you need to also, but like usually that's how you want to play it out. So those positions I think could be used quite well if you have one of those cool circle finishes on the hilltops. Now over to Baba, which is I would say a fan favorite after how many people. Hey guys, if there's any Baba fans in the chat, please just make your presence known. I would have to know if you're still in the chat supporting your boy. As they are looking to maybe claim a chicken dinner today. I think the fans would be really happy about that.
I think they would indeed. But oh, Ultra. I mean, we saw his name a lot in the chat as well, right? And Ultra and Million came in 3rd last game. They were looking for that win, but didn't quite work out for them. So maybe they're looking for that win here in this game. And certainly hiding behind a vehicle is going to do it. maybe just try to wait for somebody to go past before they move on themselves. But everybody's still kind of spread out here. We got a lot of teams just doing their own thing in their own spaces. That zone is still pretty big, and we're just waiting for it to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, we're hoping for that to happen for these guys and find himself good playable positions. Vale, not really with Orca right now, but just looking for some other cars. No, I haven't seen any Pico plays so far.
That's true, actually.
Is it? Oh, I don't know. They just.
It's because it's an overgrown party bus. That's why.
It's an overgrown. I thought you were going to say overhyped, but then like, oh no, you did mean overgrown.
Yeah.
It's just a bigger, cooler party bus. But it's
Debatable.
cool. I like it. It's silent also. It's cool. It's nice to rock up on people, and it's real speedy, which you would not expect with a Pico bus. It's way faster than you would expect from like a quote-unquote party bus.
Party bus,
quite
yeah.
cool.
It's very
Look
true.
at
I will give it though. Its horn is adorable. It goes boop boop.
That's true.
It's
the
so
sound
cute.
is cool. Like when you're breaching someone, you just beep the horn and they're like, oh, anyways, just start blasting.
Yeah.
I did see, by the way, Team Bot did have one MG3 and an ARM. I think that they have the double MG3 possibly from the area. So, again, if you're the first team to fight them, I wish you good luck because that's not a position I would like to be into. I will not trade my spot with you whatsoever. Vale, good nade on the roof. Oh, and it gets the knock. Vale, let's go. I say Vale or Vale,
nice.
depending on how cool the play is. Vale, if that was a cool play. And he deserves to be called Vale now.
Yeah.
As pushing upstairs, the teammate's not going to be nearby, so I think that could be an easy flush. But he does hear a few footsteps. It means that he has to be a little bit cautious about how he wants to approach this push.
Yes, indeed. Ooh. PS12 has no business doing damage at that level. What was that?
They both had a nade. Like, oh, wait a minute. I need to swap over to my main weapon. Wait, what's going on?
That was really funny.
Oh, that was a bit awkward, but definitely really entertaining to witness that happening. But yeah, Vale then, because he did a cool play, wins the fight, gets the 1v2 in style to do well play. And as we can now take a look at the circle, it is going to be around Jiao Tin area, which means Naruto Captain looking good. And as we talked about, HK did indeed get 7 back up. So they're back up as a duo, and 7 will have another chance at life.
There's actually a lot of teams waiting on the wings right there, right? The North and the East especially. There's several teams that will have to fight each other if they want to move into zones. So I think we should start seeing a lot of action pretty soon. And I'm just gonna put it out there that Stadium is still up for grabs, and it's still in zone, and quite solidly in zone as well. So we could see a hard shift up that direction.
I would like a stadium finish. I would like to see people camping the roof like us, but I think the odds of that happening are quite slim, especially because Jiao Tin is on the side of the circle. Stadium is not looking too good. I would love it. I would love a hard shift over to stadium, but it seems quite unlikely as Janika and Mr. I don't know why I was going to read that, Mr. Kebab. I don't know why I read that wrong.
Honestly, you're hungry. I get it.
Yes, I haven't eaten tonight. I don't know why I read it that way.
Yeah. I haven't eaten tonight either.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I have to eat something. But yeah, Mr. Caleb and Janika. I hope Janika fixed their microphone because it was broken after the first game. But we'll have an opportunity. I do like actually the riverbanks on Rondo are quite interesting because they actually have a lot more cover than you would on, for example, an Erangel map where a lot of the time when you're near the river, there's just a little bit of a slope, but you're in a very barren area. There's not a lot going on there. Compared to here, you have like little cliff areas, you have a few rocks, maybe even trees right next to the water. So you can actually kind of play there, and it's a decent defensive spot. Like, it's not amazing. You prefer a compound or a few buildings, but it's still playable if you have no other option.
Yeah, it's not so dire that it's unplayable. You're right. You can still squeeze a couple of placement points out of it. So a pretty good position all considered. And what's not such a good position is this car. It's smoking quite a bit now, and they're just gonna have to try and find a different car before that goes up in flames. And we'll be seeing how that goes for them. 1 minute, less than 1 minute, until we see stage number 3. So this is where the zone is starting to move a little bit faster. We're starting to see a little bit more action coming into play here.
Yeah, it is going to be starting to speed up. We're going to also begin seeing players getting taken out left, right, and center. So we're going to be speeding up the entire pace of this game. Team 19, though, GT, Amir, and Loku looking to get the hell out of dodge. Taking a few shots. Amir put extremely low. The bandages will be used up while driving. they will be able to get the hell out of here. Because right now, that little bit of a pincer spot, not amazing to be into. So it seems like they will live to see another day. As Chocoholic and Copycode, again, just chilling as Chocoholic not able to grab that ledge, it seems. Quite unfortunate for her. Ah, there you go. She got it. She's getting up there. Nice.
There we go. Nicely done indeed, Mighty Sky. Going to be moving in between these two great big mountains here on the edge of zone. And again, just taking it slowly, just trying to do a little bit of that gatekeep, trying to get a little bit of that zone coming through here. But they are going to have to move, though, Max. 1.5 minutes until that new zone.
Yeah, it's going to be happening very soon. You got to start thinking, oh, he's got the new Panda Buddy.
Oh,
I believe we got a new Godzilla collab coming back, I believe. So I wonder if they're going to bring the buddy back. I would love a little Godzilla guy. Yeah.
I need the arm back, honestly. My favorite weapon skin, I think, ever.
Maybe. PUBG Mobile, you may have my money.
Yep, absolutely.
I may relinquish it in exchange for drippy skins.
Yes. Always shiny is always best. Oh, but that zone has centered up, so again away from stadium, away from Zhaotin, but it goes over to this really interesting spot over by the river. So you got a lot of dynamic play coming in here, and this is where the snipers are really going to shine, right? You get a sniper and a bit of high ground and you are golden.
I actually love the position that I Love Gambling was playing with his teammate, because they had on the southern side this hilltop that we talked about it, one of those hilltops with a big rock in the middle. And they are on the absolute edge of the southern side of the circle, which means that they can just start gatekeeping some teams if they come their way, and then they can just start focusing on the land in front of them, and it's pretty straightforward. You don't have to be scared of any backstabs happening. So I think that they're on the edge of the circle, they're pretty far away from the action, but rotation-wise, they have a big opportunity to kind of surprise people and not, again, be scared of having people just coming in from behind and completely obliterating them. So yeah, I Love Gambling and company, be careful. They could be swinging big this match.
It could indeed, and yeah, if it's gonna be any game, it's got to be this one, right? Because it's the last game. We're done after this, at least for tonight, before we get into tomorrow. So you want to leave off day one in the best possible position that you can get. So a lot of these teams, you can see them playing it a little bit more carefully. Everybody's trying to get to that late stage of the game. There's not a whole lot of running around like we saw in the first game as well. And yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot more of those cautious plays coming in. But oh, Amir just skating by a team and going straight into, oh no, not Lobby and Red Hat, not the MG3 duo. His days might be numbered here, Max.
It's just a tidal wave of bullets coming your direction.
Absolutely.
That's the best way to describe the MG3 for you. It's just an assault of bullets. And normally one MG3 is enough to squad wipe, especially in 1v2. But two is just overkill. It's not necessary, and yet they're going the entire way. Bot of Slayer and Latex with a bit of utility here, trying to get some time to regroup to his teammate. But I think, yeah, there's a third party happening in the wings, and that's going to be Team GT. Able to get himself there, I believe, first elimination of the game on Lotex. And they are looking to push now as they are making the approach to the building. As Amir, big sprays coming into the building, gets the shot onto Leadyfo.
Nice.
And now with the 2 nades in hand, maybe looking to get a flush from a distance.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and he just misses that molly somehow, just stuck in a corner there. But 3 teams in these 2 shacks is just the kind of chaos that we've been talking about that happens kind of only on Rondo, right? Look at that terrain around them.
Nice.
Oh, Bada Slayer goes on out. Loku now the next to fall, and it looks like it's going to be Team 16 who might just take this one.
Yeah, SOM Team 16 able to get the res then on Leadyfo and also get the elimination onto Loku. I'm kind of surprised that Loku did push it solo. I think that was a little bit unnecessary. You could have just waited for him to get back into a decent position to fight. No, they sent it. Big northwest circle, actually almost touches the edge of the blue zone. So this is as hard as it could go in favor of Naruto and Captain, and also Levino and Stable. We said we want to see some points coming out on board. With their current spot, they're at least going to get a few placement points, right? So, hey, it seems like Levino, Sevu, maybe this is the start of their comeback. Do you expect it to happen tomorrow here? But it might be happening in this very last game, Nep.
Might indeed, and we're starting to see as well HCAN 7 just barreling towards zone as well. It's relatively open, so should be a bit of a shoe-in for them, but we did see there Was that Emir going on out there? So yeah, it is going to be Team 16 taking control of that one compound, but that's not the only compound in the game, in the map. We're looking at everybody else as well, and you do see 966 doing that pickup and carry of a knocked player. Zasuo still knocked, but they just want to get a little bit closer into zone, a little bit away from teams. Oh, but come around quickly, quickly, quickly. Oh, their plans might all go wrong, or not. Noblesse just getting yeeted out of that car.
Oh, Pepito, that was such a good spray. And he's going to be able to get the res, actually, because of that. I think if he did not get the knock, they were going to crash it. They were 100% going to crash that. But now he gets the elimination, gets the res, and still looking pretty good when it comes to entry points in the circle. So I'm pretty happy with that. Pepito, I'm seeing a few people talking about Pepito in the chat. Well, now he is putting his name on the elimination feed, and he is doing a lot of heavy lifting as HK and 7 now, finally! I thought I would never see this day come here, Niptera, but they are working as a duo, meaning the wins coming their way. It's happening.
It's happening. All right, you got Max's prediction here first, guys. That's what he thinks, but let's see. Vale versus Zedu and Shark. Let's see. Akko as well in tow. There's a lot. Oh, bad nade. Bad nade? Maybe not.
I thought it was good.
I thought it bounced off, but maybe it just looked funny. Nice nade, not going to do enough though, but there are several teams running around in this same area. Oh, lovely nade into the middle there, but again, I think Team 10 just kind of evading those nades, realizing where they're going to be. Oh, not so much that time though.
How many? Okay, he must be out of nades now. He's got Molotov.
Yeah.
You could use those grenades to terraform the area around you. That'd be crazy. By the way, hey, tip for you guys out there, if you want to play some Rondo, you can't use the grenades and the pickaxe in like cities. At least for me, it wasn't working. You need to use in like open areas where it's grass and dirt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like cities, it will not function.
Get yourself a field, and then you're good. You know, you gotta channel your inner farmer, and then it works.
It's not much, but it's honest work. Oh, big spray. And Cappy here.
Oh, and just does get that damage, but just not enough. It's just picking away at it. Oh, Vale. Will he become Volley? No, he's just Vale on that one. Oh, maybe Volley. Just goes straight in. Just straight in, but he's not going to be enough there. Akko is still a solo here, and Shark's going to get full health, or almost full health, back up. Let's see. He is going for that res, and Shark definitely needs to get rid of this.
Oh, got him again! Is he going to flush it or not? Oh, he didn't flush it. He was unable to get it, apparently. That's unfortunate. But yeah, Shark. Some really clean nades here to buy some time. Can he get the res onto Zedu? Oh, that could be big.
Oh, that's big. No?
No, not quite. It's putting pressure.
Nothing?
It's slowing him down. And he will be able to get enough time to get Zedu back up his 2 feet.
Oh,
same on the other side.
Only just. My goodness. Let's see. Running around. Zedu does get that heal off as well. So that's just that. Oh, great Molotov. What a play. That's third party. I think that was Vale. Yeah, it's Val getting both of them. The double Molotov. I mean, there was a third party that came in and knocked one of them, I think Shark, but still the Molly picks it up. So that's going to be 2 points going their way. And now, Team 1 versus Team 2, we're starting to see them go head-to-head again here, but in a far more precarious situation, Max.
Again, though, for that last fight, Vale upgraded once more to Vale. He was definitely deserving of the name upgrade. He gets the nice pronunciation because of that play. Really, really good stuff with the Molotov. Though, yeah, here we go looking at Team 22. They're going to be called 99. Wait, actually, no, that is wrong. That is not the same people, actually. Well, I guess they're maybe in the wrong lobby number, but it's fine. Yeah, Mercy and I Love Gambling are going to be playing around. Then these terrain that we talked about, right? These hilltops with a massive rock pillar in the middle of it. Not sure that emergency cover flare is super useful, though. But Orko looking to do a big send-it play, and nothing will come of it as he's instantly going to get flushed up. But 7 will get dropped, and so will HK. And that will be the end of the line for those two players, as now everyone is just getting completely obliterated. Left, right, and center. The destruction has begun.
It sure has, and it's not going to stop now until the end of the game. You see that Elim feed just go crazy now. Trying to catch up with all that's transpired. I mean, you see 7 going down in the Elim feed. That was a long time ago now. Sevu, Vale, they're trying their best. They're doing some things. Hey, and I think Sevu and Levinho have actually got their first points.
GG, well played, finally. One elimination came their way. I think that also in top 7, you're going to start getting placement points on board, so you're going to get more than just that. Vale looking to escape. He's in a pretty dire situation here. Just spotted. So many players, teams can just spot him from a distance, and that is going to be the boys, the MG3 boys. I've officially renamed them to the MG3 boys. Okay, that is their name. And the MG3 is all they need. They have 2. And they're not going to stop anytime soon. But they only have 50 bullets, though, so they've got to be careful with their resources.
They do. I mean, they do, yeah, because they got to go into zone now. And this is kind of where you're not going to see that much looting going on. I mean, if it was more populated with compounds, for instance, you might see more of that. But, a great little angle. Not sure how none of that connected, but sure.
He's got to move, though.
Yeah, it does have to move a long way as well. So now he's just told everybody where he is and he has to move. It was a risky play. Didn't pay off. But look at this terrain. It's so gorgeous. Just coming in through those massive mountains. It's really nice. But I digress. Copier-coller. Is he going to get his send it successfully? Maybe. Possibly.
No.
No, not on the run.
No way. I mean, maybe? I mean, no.
Yeah, there we go. But the play zone gets it, so he denies the point.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, no point for the enemies this time around. GG, well player. Only 4 teams now remain, as actually we do see Mercy getting confirmed away by Captain. MG3 almost such a deadly loadout, though. Pushing up with the S12K. Gets it done.
Nice.
The MG3 will not save you in close quarter combat, and he's going to try and go for that flush, get that extra point. GG, well play. He's under blue, but he does have also, I think, the backpack to tank a bit of that blue zone. Damage sniped from Naruto from a distance. Downtown. And now Captain Naruto looking to rock up, looking for that third-party opportunity. The fight has calmed down a little bit, but that utility onto Lidifo and company could be massive as it connects, and Meneza will be the first to falter.
Fantastic work here. Captain just got to go straight through. He knows he's there, but maybe, yeah, it's the 50-50 choice, right? Do you push or do you go for your teammate? I think he's decided to go for the teammate, but I'm not entirely sure that's the right play. I would have tried and flushed it out. You know you've got 3rd place already, right? But
you flushed it out already.
But no, he's not got the other solo. Mr. Pink over there in zone, yeah. I would have tried to get that 1v1, to be honest,
actually,
if it were me.
Genuinely, I don't hate it because, like, you could take that fight, maybe you get eliminated and you lose it instantly, or you have still 30 seconds at the time he sent it to go for his teammate, you get the res, and you're not even that far away from the circle. If they have an emergency cover flare, that would be literally one of the most impactful emergency cover flares I've seen in a hot minute. But from what I'm seeing, they don't have it. They have the car. They're going to try and just regroup, and there you go. Res has worked out. And they'll be back up as a 2-man squad. Actually, in a 2v1v1. So Captain and Naruto looking to be the winning squad possibly in this versus Lidifo and Red Hat, as Lidifo now getting pushed up by Captain. He's got the shotgun in the hand, and no JS9 in the world will save you, as now the 1v2 begins.
It sure does. Here we go. Red Hat versus Captain. And I think, yeah, I saw that coming from a mile away. GG's, well played there. That is going to be Captain coming in with the first win for him, but the 3rd win on Rondo, because it's the third match.
Yep, that is going to be Team 6, also known as CR7 with Captain and Naruto. And yeah, the operation of going for the res is just what you needed to make sure you have that man advantage, because yeah, up against the MG3 1v1, no, I don't want to take that fight. I don't want to test those odds versus an MG3. It's just a little bit too risky, and he's definitely not worth it. So go for the res, get yourself the win, and CR7 will be our 3rd winners of the day. That means we're halfway through the entirety of the Legends Rise Rondo event. It also means there's a lot of opportunities, Nep, for still some of the lower placed teams in the rankings to pull off a comeback. So I know if your favorite player or team has still not performed yet, wait until tomorrow. I'm sure there's definitely a lot more room for them to do well.
Yes, indeed. I just want to see those leaderboards, man. I know we're getting them in just a couple of minutes here, but I want to see the leaderboards. I want to see exactly where we stand and who our MVP of the evening is going to be as well. We're going to get that information in just a few minutes. But yeah, these Rondo games are actually super interesting. I'm loving the meta we're starting to see, the strategies that we're starting to see come through here as teams try and sort out how they really want to play. I mean, 7 and HK right there, the standout team certainly today, and just how different their strategy is from the rest of those teams, right? You got that 1-1 split coming through in the early game, et cetera, et cetera. So it is interesting to see how these different teams try and play Rondo.
I think the MG3 boys need to be taken care of. You cannot. They keep getting the MG3, and sure, like they don't always win it, but they're always in the conversation of possibly winning a match, right? They're always in like that top 5 situation, getting so many eliminations. So you got to be very careful because you have the Orms, you're covering your long distance fights like bases completely. And then you get to mid to short range, you have the MG3. Like, sure, the shotgun will win that sometimes against you. But in general, MG3 is just always a threat. So you need to take care of that. But so far, no one has found the kink in the armor of the MG3 and they're struggling against it. Maybe hot drop against them. That could be good tomorrow.
I think that's actually a really good idea, especially when you have those guards as well to distract them. I think you hot drop on that, or you try and hot drop slightly outside, wait until they're starting to shoot and try and have a fight with those guards, and then push, I think would be a really good idea for some of these teams to do tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll have to see. We got 24 hours till then. We'll see what they can come up with.
Or just hope for the guards to squad wipe them. You know, that just put it in the hands of the guards. They can carry when you least expect it. But though, with that said, I believe the leaderboards will be up very soon. Here we go, actually. Let's take a quick look at the leaderboards. And CR7 with Captain and Naruto will be your current first place team with 56 points. They're so far ahead of even just Bot that got a win and 99 that also got a win. Like 56 compared to 39 and 31. That is crazy numbers going in their favor.
That is insane because actually, like, stream time, they've not had that much stream time, right? We've been focusing on a lot of other teams, but for them to come in and get quite a lead on everybody is kind of crazy. And also, I do have to just say that team Savino and Levy, they are up to 10th place now with 10 points total. So that last game was really, really good for them.
Yeah, it's definitely quite an impactful match here on the second page. Mr. Janika, though, still at the bottom, 1 point. Not too good, but at least 1 point. We don't have any bubbles in the leaderboards anymore, which is nice to see, definitely. So GG well played to everyone so far. Definitely some very entertaining games. I believe we can reintroduce our boy Snowix. Snowix, can you hear me?
Hello, yeah, I can.
Yeah, let's go.
There you go. He's back. So, Snowix, thank you so much for joining us again. How do you feel about that last game we just saw happen with the win from Captain and Naruto?
I think this last game was probably the best one of tonight. Like,
wow.
all the duo playing like together, close to each other, while you can see Star Captain and Naruto, like they're not scared to take a risk and making split. Sometimes they're getting knocked, of course. But it's part of the risk, and it's an individual mistake. But in the game plan, like they're doing the right thing at the right moment, and I think it's paying off.
Yeah.
What do you think of that play, actually, of going for the res when it was just 3 teams remaining at the end, and they sent it? Like, I think the Nipturo was more like, "Oh, just push it," and he went for the res instead. Like, if you were in his shoes, what would you have done in that situation?
I mean, if you don't go for the res, you need to be really confident in yourself. Taking the res, it's secure the win, like because it was only solo left alive. So it was basically 2v1v1 instead of going for 1v1v1.
Very true. Very true. I have a question for you though, Snowix. I want to know, what would your play be against the MG3 boys? Would you hot drop them tomorrow?
Actually, it's a hard question because the MG3 is so good gun.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Best weapon in the game.
You too, honestly.
Yes.
It's close.
Wait,
Yeah.
oh, you disagree?
No, I'm not disagree. It's between MG3 and S12K.
Okay.
Boom.
I
Spoken
accept
like
that
a true
answer.
esports player.
Yeah, you live another day, Snowix. I accept your answer. It is okay. But actually, I want to ask you, because you already played a tournament, right, just a few days ago, if I'm not mistaken, Snowix, in Rondo specifically. I think it was in North America, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
How do you feel of like the competitive aspect of this map? Do you think like it can be a really good esports map, or what are your thoughts on that?
I think it can become a very good esport map, but you need some adjustment. You know, I think it's like a kind of beta. But at some place, the map have very good ridge and very good high ground, very good city. But at some other place, it's like flat, you know. And if we got some end zone in a flat position, it's like kind of hard to stay alive.
But emergency cover flare.
Maybe, but I don't think there is enough.
it's just trying to go against you. But yeah, also the map, as you said, is in beta, so maybe a few additions could be really cool to see how that's going to work out. Any extra question on your side, possibly, Neb?
I think I'm good. I've asked all my questions that I wanted to ask, Max.
Okay, I thought you had something to fill out for me to think of another question, but that's okay. But
all on
otherwise,
you.
so far, looking at the leaderboards here, I have a big question for you here, SnowX. We're looking at, again, Captain and Naruto being in first place. Do you think tomorrow, because I don't think you're here tomorrow, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I'm not, unfortunately.
No. Do you think CR7 with Captain and Naruto will remain in first place, or do you think someone else will come and claim that prize for first place?
I think it's depend only of them. Like if they're feeling the pressure or not tomorrow.
No. I want a yes or no answer. Do you think they
Yeah,
will or
come
not?
on.
Okay.
I would say yes.
Ah,
Yeah,
there we go.
there we
He's a
go.
supporter.
All
Let's
right,
get
let's
it.
go.
Okay.
Everybody DM him if they lose.
Yeah, just find his Instagram, guys, and then give him some snack for that. With that said, guys, I do believe we're going to have an interview happening right now with our current first place team, if I was not told Porcupines, and it should be then CR7 with Captain and Naruto. Are they here? Hello, can you hear me? I take that as a no. I cannot hear. No Captain and no. I don't know.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Hello, there he is.
Hi.
Captain, Naruto, are you both here?
Yeah.
Both of you? Perfect. So right away, guys, congratulations on being first place on the first day here of Legends Rise Rondo. I want to ask you both, how are you feeling after such a great first day worth of play?
Well, we're feeling very good. I think it was a successful night so far, and we will try to keep this level.
Perfect. I do want to ask you a question about this last game where you got yourself the chicken dinner. What was the thought process when you decided to go for the res? Because I think there was a bit of hesitation. Should I go for the fight? Should I go for the res? Like, what was happening in your mind during those last few moments of that game?
Do you mean once I flanked to the right?
No, when you went back up north to go for the revive on your teammate. I'm not sure who is who, by the way, with the voice, sorry. But
Oh,
you send it before going for the final push.
Oh, Naruto got knocked, and he was safe, and we had like 30 seconds left. So I thought I could make it to go revive him, and we did it. And I just pushed to the right side because I was there right before, so I knew the place and it's clear. So yeah, that was the strategy. And then we got them one by one.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Get into esports, man. That was great decision making,
Yeah,
I have to
it was
say.
good.
That was really, really good stuff.
Thank
Any
you
question
very
for
much.
you, Neptura? You might have.
Yeah, I want to know what's the plan for tomorrow now, right? You've got such a big lead coming into game number 4 tomorrow. Is there any change of plans, or are you just going to do exactly what you've been doing?
Well, we gotta be careful a little bit because we are leading right now, and I think the focus might be on us a little bit tomorrow. So we gotta play really careful, and we might just hold back a little bit. And by the way, Naruto doesn't speak English very well, so if you want to ask him something, I can just translate real quick.
Okay,
I have
I mean,
a question,
a
maybe.
question for the two of you. I actually had like just quick thoughts from you and Naruto. How do you guys feel about the overall map of Rondo that was just added in this newest update? Like, how do you feel about the map so far?
Well, to be honest, once it was out, I didn't like it that much. But today, I think it's a really nice map, especially once you play like competitive. You know, there is many like small ridges, small mountains, and so many like little covers. I love it, to be honest. I just changed my mind.
Hey, it grows on you.
Nice.
Look at that.
Right.
What about Naruto? What does he think about the map?
نفس الشيء اللي
Naruto,
حكيته كمان الماب كثير حبيته والله يعني اليوم عن جد كثير حبيته
he's saying the same thing. He really likes it especially after the tournament. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Awesome. Glad
Excellent.
to hear it. I mean, you guys clearly are dominating the map when it comes to it. So congratulations for that, guys. And yeah,
Thank
and I
you
want to
very
give you both an opportunity here maybe to spread a little word for your fans out there in this stream during this interview. So yeah, feel free to say whatever you want for your fans that are supporting you during this Legends Rise Rondo tournament.
ناروتو أي مسج بدك تحكيها للناس؟
انه شكرا على دعمهم وشكرا على تواجدهم بس ما قصروا عدينا.
Naruto is saying thank you everyone for supporting us, and we will try our best. And from me,
Okay.
I just say, keep the support. We hope we will not disappoint you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you guys definitely have a lot of people supporting you in the chat, so you're doing great. Hopefully you guys can hold on to your first place. But I'm telling you, the MG3 boys are coming after you, so be careful. They're going to be looking pretty good tomorrow. Yeah, thanks so much for joining us on the interview, and best of luck for your matches tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot.
Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Okay, awesome. Great to get some insight on them. It's cool to see the map grew on them there, because I feel like a lot of people, it's a very different map compared to, again, your OG maps like Erangel, Miramar, maybe Sanox and stuff. And playing it competitively, you know, when people are all sweaty, it makes it so interesting. And as we talked about on the pre-show of this game, right? The depth of this map is second to none, realistically.
It really is. Yeah, you got so much going for it. It's got all the elements of all the different maps combined, and then you put that in a sweaty lobby, in a competitive lobby, and it is a gold mine. So really, really fun stuff all the way around there.
Yeah, I believe Snoke is still with us, right? You're still here?
Hi.
I thought...
Yeah, I'm still here.
Still
Hi.
I thought you were gone for some reason. But no, any final words you'd like to share with us, Snoix, before we wrap up the show?
I don't have a lot of things to say. I just want to thank you for the invitation. I'm happy to be here with you, and I hope we can make another stream later.
Same here,
Yeah,
man. Feeling really
absolutely.
happy to have you on the show. I have a question, though. Snoix, a little
Yes?
bit off topic here when it comes to Legends Rise Rondo. Are you making it to PMGC this year? You have to tell us yes, no. What's going on?
I'm making it to final.
Oh, I'm making it to
Nice.
final. Let's
Okay,
go.
okay.
First
Let's
place.
go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Snoix, and have a great rest of your evening, man. Have a good one.
Thank you, but don't curse me.
Okay. Hey, finals. We'll have to see it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Snoix will be in deep trouble. But yeah, anything you'd like to add? Maybe also yourself, Nepturo, before we call this day a day, which is a sentence I
Well-
just said.
Yeah, you that was a sentence and a half. I'm gonna give it to you, but yeah, no, it's been an awesome 3 matches. I've really enjoyed watching Rondo from the spectator position, not being in game and trying to be sweaty, but watching everybody else be sweaty as well. We've had the rise of a few stars, right? We had 7 coming in, we had the MG3 boys coming in, we had Captain and Naruto as well. So I've just been really enjoying how we're seeing this game evolve, how we're seeing this event evolve, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, I think there's something that you also would like to talk about, if I'm not mistaken, which is the
Yes.
Bugatti. Something pretty cool, pretty sick. What color is your Bugatti? Because you have 2, if I'm not mistaken. What the hell's
I
going
have
on?
2. I have the golden cream one, and then I think the other one's black, but I can't remember because I don't really use it all that much. I like my green Lamborghini. But all my Bugattis are going to have to be replaced by the new one that we have in game right this second. It is blue, which has lately been my favorite color. It is really cool. It's got lightning animation, which, oh my god, I need that in my life. It's a coupe only. I did look. I confirmed this. It's coupe only, which is my favorite car anyway. So I'm very happy on all fronts. I highly recommend that you check it out. Right, I think we're going to go into a promo video, which you will see all about it. But honestly, highly recommend. I'm so getting this one, so really good.
Cue the video
Cue
for
it.
the Bugatti.
Let's go.
I guess not. Oh, look,
It's
this
just so
skin.
good.
This skin is so good. It's extraterrestrial. It just came in like a comet. It's not from this earth because it's so
Yeah.
damn sick and slick. But yeah, right now it is currently in game, if I'm not mistaken. So if you want to get yourself your own Bugatti, which actually car does it replace? I don't even remember which car it's a skin over. I think it's a 2-seater.
Coupe. Yeah, the 2-seater.
Yes, the coupe,
The
2-seater,
yeah.
right? Who wants a normal coupe when you could have, a Bugatti? So get it for yourself. Hopefully you'll get luckier than me because I get quite unlucky on my rolls. But let's join the Neptura gang of having a Bugatti. I'm not there yet, but one day I will.
One day, one day, you know, and if not, then you can just get into one of mine. It's fine, Max. I got
That's
you.
nice.
I got you.
Only one
Yeah.
person though. There's only enough space for one person. So
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta get in
So,
line.
Yeah.
And I'm first.
You and
I
DK
get it.
gonna have to fight over that one.
I mean, DK's away looting like 5 kilometers away
That's
from
true,
where the
yeah.
car
He's
is.
always
So
got
I
his own
think
car.
I think I'll be fine. But no, thank you so much, Niptura, for today. It was a great show in my opinion. And thank you very much to all of the chat out there for supporting your favorite creators all in Europe to try and get themselves a few dubs. And we had some really, really cool wins on Rondo. But if you want more action, this was not quite satiating enough. You want more action on board? Well, guess what? Tomorrow, same time, same place, Legends Rise Rondo Day 2 will be coming your direction. So stick around for that, and we hope to see you there for some more Rondo goodness. See you later.